Hi everyone, this is Josh. A quick heads up, this episode is all about character creation. If that is not your jam, head on over to episode 1 where the story begins. Thanks. This is episode 0 of our first game season of Tales from Mauxferry. This is more of an opportunity to build upon the story of Mauxferry and tell a whole bunch of different kinds of stories along the way. In this system, we were playing Blades in the Dark.
Blades in the dark. Blades in the dark.
I'm so scared.
Why? Because of Blades in the dark?
Blades.
In the dark.
In the dark.
That was my stabbing in the dark noise.
So, like, the winning part of games or Blades in the Dark is you're thieves trying to get rich to have a good life afterwards. So it's all about getting gold.
What if a good life for me is being able to murder people with impunity?
What if I can murder people with gold?
You can. There's kind of a mechanic for that.
Called Drogo.
Yeah, I'm going to make you a crown.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But more for real though, your character's drive in the long run is to get paid and then get out.
Get laid.
Maybe. And so there's different tiers of being paid
And laid.
and the more gold you have, the better you're off in the long run.
Okay, so are we going to use the similar rules to what the Blades in the Shadow use, which is like, for example, it uses a amount of coin.
Yeah,
or
we're using coin.
Use coin.
Yep.
Okay, because like one coin is the equivalent of like, what was it, 20 silver pieces?
Yeah.
And then as you go, like 2 coins, 40, and so on. It keeps going and going.
Exactly.
On. And the whole point of the game is to not just get coin, but having too much coin on you is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And then what you want to do is put the coin in your stash, which is your end game. Your stash is your retirement fund, if you want to think of it that way.
Exactly.
Am I just building my 401k in this game?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called 401k in the dark. Yeah.
The reason why
I think we should have a table vote right now for Brother John and Josh to switch places.
So the whole point, here's the whole point of the retirement fund thing, right? As you play, you eventually gather up stress, and the stress causes a trauma. Your character can get up to 4 traumas, and these traumas can, like, if you want to, they can like affect your character's personality and whatnot.
Yes.
But it's once you get up to 4 traumas, you've seen enough shit and you're out, right? So once you're out, you could either go to jail or you could retire with whatever money you got, and however money you got is like what you're ending
I'm
in.
going to eat bologna sandwiches for the rest of my life.
Ramen noodles, baby.
10 coin or less, that's
Cat
what you're
food.
doing.
Cat
Food.
food.
Cat food.
Yeah. So that's what I
So wait, we have to steal
that's what I
10 gold?
understand from it, yeah.
What?
We have to steal 10 gold?
It's
No,
10
coin.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
The
that
coin is
10
worth 20 silver, so
Based on our success and our
silver.
based on our success and our scores and whatever, he's going to determine how much coin we get. Is that how it goes?
Yep. So you're if you want to be the fucking rich retirement, you want 40 coin.
What is the coin to Mauxferry gold piece conversion?
Exactly what he said.
20 silver?
Yep.
Too?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to start another
So you have to get 40 gold.
donkey factory or something.
You get 80, 40 gold about it. It kind of gets weird as it scales up in the examples.
I guess like coin just kind of doesn't really stand for an actual numerical value. It just depends on like how
Okay.
wealthy you are.
Yeah, in the book there are examples of like
That makes sense.
Because like I said, like how much coin we get is like depending on how well we play the game.
Right.
Basically.
Like I'm thinking hardcore D&D. I need to step back.
yeah,
Yes.
it's much more fictional position versus hard mechanics.
And then the coin also plays a part because you can use it in like bargaining and shit like that.
Exactly.
Because I was thinking, I could just go sell donkey meat for all I care.
yeah, we've established that as a profitable enterprise.
Yes, it is a profitable enterprise.
Yeah. So, but before we get to actually making your characters, we're going to expand a little about the factions that are inside Mauxferry. So in Blades in the Dark, a lot of this is faction interaction. It's, since we're playing in Mauxferry, we're not going to use Blades in the Dark default world setting and factions and characters. And so we're going to use Mauxferry based ones. And so there are 4 kinds of factions. There's underworld factions, institution factions, the fringe factions, and labor and trade factions. And so I've filled out some in all of these factions, and I would like your assistance to fill out some more, at least 2 from each person.
To what?
To make up 2 factions that may be related to Mauxferry, or that I've said before, but I forgot to write down on these faction lists.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to read them for at least the listeners to begin with. So for the underworld factions, I have the Channel, a group known for getting information from all over Mauxferry, and also the Madam's Enclave, the purveyors of flesh.
Does the channel all talk like news anchors?
I don't know. You
They
have
all
to find
stick their
out.
heads into vases and get online. ASL, what's
Maybe.
There you go.
And so, example for institution factions, the Underhills, the largest halfling clan in one of the bloodlines of Mauxferry. The Montessorians, the largest elfin clan in one of the bloodlines of Mauxferry. The Armarians is one of the bloodlines of Mauxferry. The Stouts, the largest dwarven clan in one of the bloodlines of Mauxferry. The Church of Palor, which we all know. And I put town guards. I don't know if I ever called them something or if we want to call them something
bitches.
more
Sorry.
straightforward.
That's so.
And then
You're evil. You're not evil anymore.
Damn it.
The police.
the Popo. And then Palor / My Henne soldier / guards, which I think I may have gave him something at one point.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
If you did.
For the fringe.
Wait, would that just be the flock?
no,
Oh, yeah.
we killed the flock.
Did we kill the
But we
flock?
killed
You
most of
fucked
the
up the
flock.
flock.
We really fucked up the flock.
But this is after the end of the season of Evil as Azil does.
So is this
X amount of years
Is this okay?
Okay.
So My Henne's power is not gone at this time.
Because she's still technically alive,
Right.
She's just getting murdered.
Or something. Yeah. Don't know exactly where in that 20-year time span this is happening.
This could have been while we were in high school,
Exactly.
Ah, high school days. Remember those?
I do.
like 3 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, for example, of the Fringe, there's Beasts of the Night Alliance, which is, the alliance between vampires, werewolves, other things of the night. The Forgotten Secrets, a cult known for worshipping ghosts to obtain secrets from Mauxferry's past. And the 10, a small group known for being everywhere in Mauxferry when needed. For labor and trade, there's Orphans Guild, which is, we all know as the guild that delivers messages all over town.
That's all they do.
For a coin. The Goblin Bank Confederacy, which is pretty much the largest group of goblin banks in Mauxferry. They control a good amount of the coin, you could say. There's the Black Sands Company, the largest trade company originating from the country of the Black Sands. And then I put dock workers, because since there's a lot of, in quotes, so it could be a better name than that, but pretty much, they're the people that work all the docks and everything that go through Mauxferry.
Is that like an old school 1920s union?
Pretty much, yeah.
The Teamsters Guild.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't there a farming person that you came up with a long time when you
The
kept doing?
Monsantos,
Yeah.
yes.
What was it called?
But I prefer not to use real names.
No, we
for
didn't
that.
say Monsanto. We said something else. It was
Yeah,
something
I'll-
else.
It was definitely. I remember what you're talking about.
You just kept going off on tangent after tangent, and it was like, oh, not you, but like everybody, and then you just kept it going. But I can't remember what it was. It was like some sort of like.
I'll get it.
Am I known for my tangents?
No, not you.
Don't look at me when you say that.
We're all bad with tangents.
I do get kind of sucked in when I feel like I come up with a cool idea that I never follow through.
So
okay.
you require names from us now or something?
I would like to propose that the underworld, there should definitely be a reformed thieves / assassins guild, but they should be even more secretive than they ever were before. So they should have like a super secret organization because they don't want to get killed.
Like
Even,
the
even-
secret blades.
I was thinking that. I was thinking the secret blades or the secret
Blades in the dark.
the shadow blades or the
Hidden dagger.
Hidden dagger.
That's good.
There you go.
That's a good
Hidden
one.
dagger. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
put that
so
down.
I'm sorry, Josh. Can you explain the four?
hidden dagger, flying bugbear.
Crouching
Yeah.
Goblin.
Okay, I get it.
The four categories again?
Yeah.
Are
So
those
underworld is more of like what you assume is like. Yeah, this is the sea stuff. This is kind of more like it could be another thieves guild kind of. It could be another fact. It could be another Blades in the Dark group kind of thing, right?
Okay.
It's the seedy people. Institutions are like well-known, established things. They could be families. They could be organized, like government organizations. They could be militaries. They could be stuff that are giant institutions that are well-known. The Fringe is like that weirdly weird stuff. The weirdos, the cults, the ghost worshippers, all the magic users, all that kind of weird shit that are on the Fringe. Because perhaps some a university of mages could be in institutions, and then labor and trade is pretty much what you think it is.
labor and
trade.
But all these are considered factions within the game.
Yep.
Okay.
So it was called the Farmer's Allegiance, Mr. Santo.
Okay.
So should we just Farmer's Allegiance?
I think so.
Okay.
Does that count as one of mine?
Sure, if you want to.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't,
And I also think that since I never got around to tracking down all the members of the Assassin's Guild, I was trying to round up their names at one point, but I got distracted.
Uh-huh. So they could just go all filter into there pretty much.
Yeah, they must have reformed.
So the Hidden Dagger is the leftovers of the Thieves and Assassins Guild.
Sounds fair to me.
Original, yeah.
Well, they kind of just pulled together because they're all that's left.
So I don't. Okay, so we're just thinking specifically of Mauxferry.
Yep. But you can just make up stuff whole cloth as well. This is the part of opportunities for world building as well. So the Farmer's Allegiance is actually is a druid circle, pretty much. Yes.
Yeah, that grow super enchanted crops.
What?
One eggplant will feed 10 families. Farmers
Alliance.
I think under the fringe, you have to have something about the lunatic gnomes.
The tiny twinkles?
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't really represent it in any of these factions so far, and I think they're definitely the fringe. And I think, everything we've seen of them, they're all freaking lunatics. So
What's Whisper Gnomes from again? What are Whisper Gnomes from?
Gnomes are from races of the Earth.
Okay.
They are a D&D race.
Well, there you go.
yeah, one of our
They're actually super dope. They're like as crazy and wild as normal gnomes are.
Mm-hmm.
They are quiet and murdery.
Yeah, I think it should be has.
They're not evil. They're just not what you. They're like really dark.
I just think that there should be like a wild inventing group of gnomes.
So what would the group be named or something like that?
Well, you already used time tinkerers. So I was going to say the tinkerers, but
it could just be the Tinkerers Guild.
that could be sure.
They're just really freaking weird.
Yeah.
It's very eccentric, weird gnomes.
They get weird with it.
There's probably a better name for it, but I don't have one off the top of my head.
Mech engineers. Mech engineers.
Imagineers.
Imagineers. Yeah, I like
Their
it.
mascot's a mouse.
I was
Like a gnome, but with absurdly large mouse
Like
ears.
because they fused a mouse and a gnome together.
Yes.
I think this is pretty silly, but I was thinking about like a group called the Pit Fiends, and
Okay.
they run the Pit, which is an underground fighting club where they gamble.
Well,
and
there's
stuff.
the whole arena district.
yeah,
Part of the underworld.
part of the underworld. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Pit Fiends.
Yeah.
But it's,
They sound they sound sketchy as fuck to
Yeah.
me.
yeah, the Pit Fiends. They're
Like it's probably an outfit of
But I'm pretty sure
it's probably a crew that's based in the arena district.
they probably
Of all these gladiator types who have gotten together and be like, hey, let's go commit crimes.
Yeah, like that's how their like initiation is, and then they also have gambling things on the side. But mostly they're like enforcers, and they just go out and they like what's the word I'm thinking of? Fuck.
Not recruit, not
No, when you
Extort.
extort. That's the word. Shit. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I forgot it, but they're more of a hit the streets kind.
So they're like a gang known for running
An underground fighting thing.
Yeah.
I guess. Or
and that are
No.
that are. Okay, I need to capture all this. So a gang that runs underground fights.
Yeah, fights.
And then they're known for their rough extortion.
Yeah, they're extortion, whatever. They're bullies.
Being bullies and extortionists.
Yeah.
Are they former gladiators or current gladiators? I
think a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably
maybe.
both.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both. Maybe it was like some gladiators that, because like how does gladiators work in Mauxferry? They like fight for their freedom and stuff like that.
Well, I imagine the good chunk are probably slaves, but there's also people who just want to win money and glory.
Yeah.
Newick did once.
I mean, maybe they win a certain number of matches, and the Pit Fiends approach them and
Have we ever
offer them.
Have we ever talked about how much slavery there actually is in Mauxferry?
Nope.
Is that
That's a thing, though.
Is that a thing? Is
Yeah.
that something we're comfortable there actually being?
Not really.
I'm not like
Yeah.
enthused about it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not talk about
It exists, but yeah, I wouldn't like to concentrate on it.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So we so
I was
far.
thinking like Game of Thrones, like the Slavers Guild or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
like
not.
Yeah, not too wild. about that.
That seems fair.
How about a group, like a crew, in Boat Town
Boat Town.
that does like shipping, smuggling, that kind of thing. Maybe extorts boat owners into, excessive fees so their boats don't burn down and shit like that. I don't know what I'd call them though.
Tattered sales.
Tattered sales?
Yeah.
Or like
the Travelers Protection League.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty
What are we putting that under labor and trade?
No, that's Underworld.
Okay.
Travelers?
Travelers Protection League.
Yeah, and it expanded from Boat Town. Clearly.
So my question is...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if you're a traveler and you need to pay up to the Travelers Protection League, or they can't guarantee your safety in Mauxferry.
Probably like some of the guys who run the gatehouses at the bridges do that, are involved with that.
Do you remember the people who were shaking down Tony Soup?
Yeah,
I mean, it was Larry Plotter.
yeah.
What was their deal? It was like a magic. It was like wizards, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they weren't they?
Like wizard extortionists.
One of them was wizard. Yeah, it was kind of like they were just like a venturing thug party.
Oh, okay. So they weren't but they were like shaking down, like collecting fees and shit. Like,
that's exactly
like
what
the
it was.
mafia, like
Yeah.
Wizard Mafia.
Pretty much.
What's the Wizard Mafia gang?
The Wizard Mafia.
Is there a Wizard Mafia?
We need a Wizard Mafia.
All right. Are they Underworld?
They
Or
would be
institution?
underwater. They would be underworld.
All right. Wizard Mafia. And what do they do?
God, what is the Wizard Mafia?
Which they should have a name.
Well, like, okay.
Oh, yeah, what's their real name?
So, I think they're tied to the who's the wizards in...
Montpessierans.
I thought that was
Oh,
elves.
elves.
The Marion.
Wizards, I haven't never really defined them as any...
Well, because the head of the Marions right now is the Church of Palor.
Palor, yeah.
He's a human.
Yeah. But you're talking about wizard.
Yeah, I'm talking about a wizard.
And what's their name?
Good question. I don't do names. I'm not good.
Do they have like an official sounding name, or is it like straight up like thug name?
I think...
The Crystal Hammer.
Crystal Hammer.
You're good at this, John.
Yeah.
Crystal Hammer or the Crystal Hammer?
I think it's singular. The Crystal Hammer.
So the...
Yeah. What's the difference between the and the? I mean, I know.
So I have a Wizard Mafia.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Wizard Mafia.
Under labor and trade, we've established a market district.
Yeah.
And there's probably someone in like some kind of guild that runs that, and like the Mauxferry Trade Association or something that
Mauxferry Free Trade Association.
Mauxferry Free Trade, maybe.
But there's already I guess a Black Sands company, something different.
Yeah, they are bringing goods in. Is that correct?
Yes, they are
importing.
And so I'm thinking more of the group that
Exports.
regulates trade within Mauxferry.
Oh, within Mauxferry.
Like they're the people you pay
They need
your stall fee to when you.
They need a highfalutin name.
The Mauxferry Trade Regulation Committee.
Oh my god!
I feel like they're a committee.
Oh,
Federation?
Oh,
Well, the Federation would be the conglomerate of all the merchants, right? Like these people force you to become part of the Federation. You pay your dues, or maybe you don't get a good spot, or whatever.
Well, do you want to start with an acronym and go from there? I don't have one.
You said it like you had one.
yeah.
I was like, do you want to start there? I don't know. What's a good acronym? Like
MILF.
Star.
I was going to say muff.
Muff.
Damn it.
The Merchants United for Friendship.
Muff.
The Muff.
No. No. Acronym. Forks.
Now you're just saying words.
No.
Up.
Up.
Whip.
Up.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Pound.
I think you could call the Merchants the Friendly Service League, and just have them be assholes.
And their labor and trade.
Oh yeah.
So what was it again?
The Friendly Service League.
FSL.
The FSL.
Oh, that's
And if you try and cross them and like set up your booth in the marketplace where you don't belong, there's some ass kicking the head.
Is there a jail?
There could be.
We've been in that.
Oh,
jail.
institutions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What kind of institution is it?
Well, I was laughing because I always think of like when we're talking about acronyms, and I was thinking in DBZ when they have when they edited the shirts for that said hell on it, and it was like HIFL home or HFIL home for infinite losers.
Yeah.
But that's not. I'm just remembering something. But there should be definitely a jail called, I don't know. I'm bad at names.
Isn't there like a whole prison district?
There is a whole prison district.
Yeah. So there should be a
Should we call the prison district? That's a good name.
We're the prison district I'm part of the prison district from the prison district.
What could we call the
Prison district.
because I kind of, when I was drawing levels and stuff, and I kind of put the prison up on basically on one of the high ridges.
Because it was originally the old like castle and all that
Could
stuff.
we do the National Wardens Association?
There you go.
NWA.
I guess so.
No.
what?
You want
I,
an enthusiastic? Yeah, that's a great idea, Chris.
no, I want like a okay, sure, not just a yeah.
I think. How about Black Peak Prison as
Ooh.
opposed to Blackgate?
Black Peak Prison.
I like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
I feel like the prison industry is probably run. The prison district is probably run by like one company.
Yeah.
It was Black Peak
Prison.
Yeah.
Prison.
BBP.
Is that under institutions?
That'll be under institutions.
I think we have to put the special wizards unit on there too. I think they're separate from the police.
Are they a
They're
fringe or institution?
Special victims or
What was it? Sorcery.
source.
Special sorcery unit.
Yeah. Are
That's
they?
you.
I think they're weird. Yeah, I think they're friends.
Yeah, I think they're fringe.
So
They're technically part of the police, but they're.
what was that? Special sorcery unit?
Special sorcery unit. Yep.
And despite Dave's demurring, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave doesn't suck as much as Dave thinks Dave sucks. As much as we like Dave to believe Dave sucks.
Oh, my cord.
Need and
What do we need?
just one more at the minimum, unless you guys think of a whole bunch more.
I've been mulling one over.
Okay.
I was thinking the Frost Queens.
Okay.
I was thinking it's a trio of sisters from. I was trying to think of a name for a country up north. I was thinking like Skarsland or something like that. I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
like they came to follow winter because they felt the winter coming.
Oh, and then they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and so now they're just here and,
And
it's
they're
set
like
up.
criminal types.
Are they
I don't.
fringe?
I would
Weird.
think
I
fringe,
fringe.
definitely.
So they're called.
I said the Frost Queens, but that's up to you.
And so is it kind of a winter cult kind of thing?
Yeah, they've kind of set up a cult around that and are like no one really takes them seriously, but they are amassing power and
Okay. Yeah.
they're magical and
I want a name for a faction from the underworld that is all about making and distributing drugs.
Drugs.
the drug
Drugs
masters.
Incorporated.
Drugs and
25 drug.
20.
25 drug street.
25 Drug Street. Yeah.
Life sentence.
Oh,
What do on the
Not the cartel.
oh, wow! I didn't even think about that.
It would be okay because we've got
Who's in it? Is it everybody?
we got Thanko as a drug, and what was the other one?
Juice.
Gygax.
The juice and Gygax.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gygax up the butt.
I was going to say the Sandman, but that sounds more like the name for one person who runs the show.
Yeah, maybe it is one person who runs the
Yeah,
show.
maybe that is one.
The Sandman.
The Sandman.
Sandman
The
cometh. The Sandman cometh.
The Sandman's coming. Ooh,
No.
them
Canon.
Sandmans bringing
It's
me a
canon now.
dream.
The drug guild is called the Sandmans.
What is Mauxferry's heroin?
Oh,
Gygax.
I don't know what heroin
It
does.
might be guy.
Is it shoot up?
I mean, it's
Isn't
the most.
Gygax
It would
like a
be like
pill?
the most common like drug. I mean, like the kind of public scourge. Because is Thanko was the
Thanko's
Thanko's
easier,
the
yeah.
Gygax was the bigger one.
right?
All right. So Gygax is the PCP.
Mm-hmm.
Thanko is the heroin.
They're underworld, right? The Sandman.
Oh god, they are. They're so under.
They're so under. They don't even know how to spell or how to do plurals.
And they all just talk funny. Too.
Well, I mean, to be honest,
they mess up
drug
their
dealers don't have a
plurals
good
and
grasp on the finer points of grammar anyway.
There's some good drug dealers out there, but
Name me one.
me,
Wow.
I have no drugs.
God, that was perfect. You're so good at this.
They just have messed up speech. I like to imagine that. The same man's, we got the drugs.
Oh, God.
Where's our money?
Hey, we got the drugs.
Yes.
We've got your drug.
I got 15.
I got 15 drugs.
They don't
I
know
got
when to
15
use
drugs. You
singular.
give me 25 money.
Money.
That is a pretty established canon about plural being pronounced singular for drug.
It's in my notes. I put down
Yes.
25 drug one time.
That's right.
Multiple occurrences. All right. So now that we have, I think, enough
No,
factions.
it's just that they're just the British, right? Because like maths.
Oh,
There you go.
Or what if it's like,
Okay.
what if
okay.
there's like one guy making the Sandman's drugs, the Sandman's, and like
is like,
all
these
the
guys
guys
are
who are
fucking
working
British.
under him
Yes,
have used
I'll
it,
make
and that's
that
why
note.
they're messed up
Every
and they say
single one
things
of
all
them.
weird.
Yes.
So they're all the Sandmans,
governor.
and the one guy running the show is like, I can't stand the way you guys talk, but please distribute the drug. Come on.
All
Make,
right.
make the money, and they're all like, "Yes, sir."
Okay. Now that Dave didn't write down his factions.
I didn't write
Wait,
down
I
any
was supposed to
faction.
write this shit down. I thought you were writing it down.
Yeah, but you need to be able to reference them for now creating your characters.
I thought you were going to write them down and email them to
You
us.
can share.
Eventually, yeah,
I wrote them
afterwards.
all
But
down.
okay, there's enough people that were paying
Yeah, I jotted
attention.
them down.
All right.
God.
I got a half-assed
So much
picture of a
attention.
gnome.
right.
Look, I drew a half-assed gnome.
There you go. Yeah.
Man, it would be cool if that gnome could blow
Gnome.
stuff up.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh my god.
That doesn't happen in this
Are you
city.
going to be a gnome?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay.
All right. Speaking of,
Assuming Josh lets me.
my God,
I don't know. I
Well,
want to be a
there's no-
goblin.
There are
no-
gnomes in this game.
There's no rules for being a gnome in
No,
this
there-
book. So
There aren't.
No,
There's a
you
list
gnome.
of possible character heritages, and that isn't one of them.
yeah, so I guess that's not happening.
fuck! I already told you. No,
I know.
No, it's not my fault. Anyways,
I'm so full. Okay,
It's
tell
okay,
me.
Josh. I didn't even read the book.
no, you sick as a burns. All right, what do we do next, Brother John?
Next, we're doing character creation, right?
Yeah, how's that work?
Basically, we were missing like a big portion of it. We all have player books that we go by and whatever.
Okay.
For example, if you want to play as one of the scoundrels, to give an example, is the cutter.
Yeah.
What defines the cutter isn't necessarily like the class itself is special. It's just like what's stats you start off with or whatever. Because if I remember correctly, you get skill points for all of your action rolls, but we get 4 of them to start off with to assign them to, but we start off with 3 depending on what pre-assigned, depending on what class we pick.
Yep.
For example, cutters, they have 2 to skirmish and 1 to command, and then you can just put the other 4 on whatever else you want, but I have no idea where the other stuff is we need for like the other.
Here between John and I, we printed out different
Oh, see,
form
that's
factors of the characters.
Oh my goodness, look, it's the thing I said we were all missing. Holy
Playbook.
cow.
All right,
so Amber's playing a hound. Or can we-
I want to
Everyone
be a
wants to be
hound.
all right,
get up
Amber,
on
do you
that
want a big
mic,
No,
hound?
Amber.
hunter.
Wait,
Hound is a hunter.
Okay.
Hound is
do you want to
like
be? Do you want to be big hound or little hound?
What does that
Big
mean?
double-sided sheet or
Double-sized sheet.
yeah?
Big hound. Woof, woof. Oh, shit.
Not too bad.
Make
So,
sure to be close to the
okay.
mic, Amber.
There's nothing really. There's no reason we can't double up, right?
No, there's no
Correct.
reason you can't.
but we're not going to.
There was even joking in the email about everybody
Being a
doing the
hound.
exact same thing.
5 snipers back to back.
Yes.
Dave, what do you want to be?
I'd like to be a spider.
Let me
Do
see.
you want to be a double-sided spider or a single-sided?
Give me that double spider.
It's just how we printed out. It's just how we printed out the papers.
Yeah.
One is better than the other.
I would like to point out that it took a little bit of effort to make them print like that. So just saying.
Thank you, John.
Just
I just printed out the extras at work.
I put some
Dad,
put
are
some
you-
effort into it.
Yeah, I don't care. Are you a leech or
I'm a leech. I already have a leech sheet.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a whisper?
He's
No.
going to be a leech.
Instead of
Okay.
a whisper?
Yeah, and he's going to cry the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm fine.
But like a
Oh,
whisper, I don't really know anything about this, but a whisper is more like actually casting spells, correct?
they're more in tune with like the spirit world and stuff like that, and so
Are spirits a big part of this game?
ghosts, yeah.
Well,
Spooky.
And so like the if you're thinking of like supernatural stuff in that you can call like mess around with in this is demons, devils, ghosts, vampires, and kind of like mechs.
What about the fact that Mauxferry has a million other spiritual beings?
Yeah, there is, but these are more of the things that may show up. But yeah, there's like
shadows for
shadows.
example.
Yeah, would still be kind of ghost-esque mechanics and stuff like that.
I guess we're probably not cool enough.
Shadows don't exist in Mauxferry anymore.
Oh, there's also the undead as one of the.
They're all gone now.
So yeah, I wouldn't worry about like, oh, this is that exact thing isn't in there, but it'll we can make it happen.
Okay.
yeah. The one thing I was going to say is you can't. The thing about doubling up is like, and the thing about these classes is like, even if you're a cutter, you can be more attuned to dealing with ghosts. Yeah. Like you can be more attuned to being ghosts than just being a melee fighter or like whatever else you want to. Like you could be a cutter, but also be highly intelligent and just really studious and whatever. Yeah. Although it may not go to like these special abilities I just noticed we have. I didn't know that we could get special abilities like that.
Brother John, you want to be cutter? Yeah, I think you're a good cutter.
Yeah, I'd like to be a cutter.
All right. Do you want a double-sided cutter?
I'd rather see things on one side, so I'll just stick with my one thing.
So, cutter's gone.
Yeah.
So, Dad's a leech. So, Lurk is sneaky, right? That's basically it?
Yeah, I think a Lurk is...
Yeah, they're sneaky and ambushy and stuff like that.
Yeah, because slides are more spies.
Slide is more Azrael-y.
Nah, Slide is more like just a...
Slide's a fixer.
Yeah.
I was thinking Slide was more like a con man kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, I'll read the summaries for all the different things.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me a second. Cutters are good at winning fights with violence and with intimidation. Play cutter if you want to get your way. Hounds are good at tracking things down and also long distance combat. Play a hound if you want to choose your battles. Leeches are good at using alchemy and wrecking stuff with sabotage. Play a leech if you want to be creative with weird tools. Lurks are good at sneaking around and breaking into places. Play a lurk if you want to slink around in the shadows. Slides are good at social situations and subterfuge. Play a slide if you want to manipulate and deceive people. Spiders are good at masterminding maneuvers. Play a spider if you want to assist teammates and deal with other factions. Whispers are good at magical stuff and dealing with ghosts. Play a whisper if you want to meddle with arcane powers.
I think
I'm going to be Lurk.
Yet. You could meddle with...
Not a
you could be a whisperer.
No, that's too close to what I did last time.
And then...
I thought we were all playing what we played last time.
No.
Then why are you the fucker? You the spider.
Yeah.
You stupid chalupa.
You could still
I
be...
get multiple attacks.
You could still be a whisperer.
I suddenly rush out and become a lurk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
I think I want to be Lurk.
What's the lurk again?
Sneaky and breaking into places.
So we've got the muscle, the scout.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also like the eyes, the watcher. Yeah, the
tracking,
the distraction, the boom boom. The spider's like the planner, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the sneak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like it.
You could still be a whisperer, John.
I don't want to make Josh feel like I'm, agreeing with him or anything. But when I looked at the XP, the thing that really interested me about the leech was you addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. Mm-hmm. And I like the mayhem part.
Yeah,
that's what sold me.
I hadn't watched Ocean's 11 for a long time, but I watched that 1 minute clip when they introduced the character you were talking about, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, he is
Don
feels
Cheadle's
like that."
Don Cheadle's character.
Yeah.
So, am I the acrobat?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Chinese
Yeah.
guy,
Who's the driver?
Probably still you.
Well,
or
I don't know. See, I'm
you assist people.
I'm more the Carl Reiner type, or maybe
I was imagining you as the old guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ocean's 11 in a long
Amber is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Matt Damon's
no,
character?
I thought I would be Matt Damon because he's like a
no. You said you were the acrobat.
I'm like both.
But like she watches them from afar and takes notes and like tracks them
and then shoots them.
I can.
Depends on the skills you pick.
Oh,
Speaking of picking stuff, you should next choose your heritage, which we're replacing with more like race D&D races.
I'm going to be a half orc.
Where
Drow.
can we? Oh, on the other side.
Half elf.
All right.
Bugbear.
This is where you say gnome.
I was. Okay.
Bugbears are fucking sneaky.
It's just funny.
I'm going to be absolutely. What was,
Because we don't run into a lot of bugbears.
Yeah, I love bugbears.
Big
They're
bug,
one of my
man.
I was
favorites.
debating like goblin, but
Goblin would be sweet.
yeah, I know.
But then we're like cousins.
Yeah, which would be fun.
I'm big bug, you're little bug.
Oh, that'd be cute. Oh, that's cute.
Big bug and beetle.
Yeah, I like it.
I was going to say, I was going to
John.
no, I was,
Sorry, good.
Let's all say goblin.
I was gonna
Let's all
say-
say goblin together.
I was going to say, before I came here, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I played a cutter, but I was also Azrael's forgotten son? But I couldn't remember if it was if he was half orc or
Dude,
whatever he was.
No, first of all, Azrael has a son for every occasion.
Whatever you want to be, there's a son for it. Oh my gosh, our grouper is the Sons of Azrael.
I was playing a male. I was going to play a male character.
Oh jeez, the sons of
Okay, sorry.
And we've all got syphilis. That's our collective bite.
We were all
God, no.
We're born in-
behind.
Yeah, we were all born with it.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
Did you fucking know?
Azrael's immune to disease. Syphilis is from the mom.
Oh my god.
You're immune to it. You're just a carrier.
You weren't immune to it when you made us. That came later.
That's true.
John, what was your character?
I guess I'm a gnome. I'll just be human. I'll just,
Wait, what?
I'm going to
just be a human.
Why not? Why not be a gnome?
No, I was kidding. I'm getting a gnome. I have gnome written down on my sheet.
Okay.
I put
Wait, where did you
drow.
write down? Oh, back here.
Did you put Drow?
I did, but I don't know if we want to be goblin or not. Let's do goblin. It'll be more fun.
That'd be fun.
Half elf.
Can I be half?
And if you
can I
feel
be
like-
a full orc?
Yeah, why not, man?
Yeah, man. What's a full orc like in D&D?
Full orc
They're, like,
is more
big.
aggressive.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
Like
aggressive.
a half orc is
They have
like
tusks.
is like 6 foot. Like stereotypically they're like 6 feet tall and like, but they look like just like an extra buff person with like maybe extra big canines.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
pug nose. But like an orc has like fucking tusks. His nose is up to here. He's green. He'll fuck your shit up.
He's John Cena.
He's all veiny.
All orcs are John Cena.
He's got these black veins with
Okay.
green
cool.
blood in them.
Yes, I'll be an orc. I'll just be a fucking straight up orc.
It's like a half orc, only twice as much.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that makes
it's like-
so much sense now.
It's like a half orc, but you take out all the wimpy parts.
Oh, okay.
So can we go around real quick again?
Yeah,
I'm a
I
goblin.
should be writing this
Yeah,
down. Hold on a second.
Okay. Good.
You went back to goblin? That's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to goblin.
Do you want to be like cousins?
Yeah, let's be cousins.
Oh my god.
That's fair.
All right.
What
They're
are
in
you
the
again?
family business.
Bugbear.
Yeah, but what was your class?
The lurk.
So who's going first?
Oh, I'm a goblin.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be half orc.
Yeah, scale it back down.
Yeah, I gotta scale it back down because I see a half orc and being more criminal mind. Full orc would probably be like, I just want to fuck shit up.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean,
We're trying to-
True Clock was a full orc.
Yeah, but I mean,
He
like,
was.
Oh yeah, he was.
yeah, he was, wasn't he?
It's just more of like heritages are supposed to be like kind of like a touch point of like when you hear that. So if you're doing traditional Blades of the Dark, it's like, oh, you're this people. So these people are known for blah. But so in Mauxferry, since we're more D&D esque world, it's like my race is, or my species or whatever is orc. And it's like, well, orcs are kind of big and they may be really aggressive. And so there's touch points for you to leverage pretty much is what these heritages do.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
see anywhere on this character sheet for playbook.
on the
'cause
other side.
This is your playbook.
That's your playbook.
This is your
The-
playbook.
Your character sheet is your playbook.
Yep.
Yeah,
There are no character sheets. This is a playbook.
correct.
Yeah.
Great.
So when we say look
Lingo.
at your playbook,
So much.
Yeah.
All right, I'm a goblin.
All right. Who else?
half orc.
Oh, back to half orc?
No, orc. Sorry,
Okay.
my bad.
Okay. That's what I had.
Just change every once in a while.
Keep on big, small.
Big, small, big, small.
I'm having a real orky kind of day.
I feel like a half orc today.
Oh.
I'm a full.
Who's
Still like 3/4.
Well, it's like when I put down on a chair. It's like, do I put down other for race or do I put down like island Pacific Islander, or do I put down
Okay.
Hispanic, or do I put down
How
half orc?
many, how many boxes do you check?
I put other.
Who's
That's reasonable.
next?
Are we just going clockwise?
Yeah.
I'm a half elf.
And you're the spider.
Yes.
Is there such thing as a half goblin?
Probably.
Can we all be half?
Hob. That's because they can't say half with the tusks. They're hobs.
Oh.
Cool.
You're
Bugbear.
but what's your
Lurk.
lurk bugbear? A sneaky bugbear?
That's actually a
bugbears
thing.
are
Bugbears are inherently sneaky.
Oh my gosh.
Are you just making this shit up?
No, bugbears are inherently sneaky. They have
What?
a +4 racial bonus
So
to
what is
stealth.
a bugbear?
They are not large. They are medium creatures. They have a bonus to dexterity, strength, I think constitution. But they're not especially smart, but they're not stupid. They're smarter than an orc, for example.
I would just like to point out that that's my kid. Over there.
And John, what are you?
I don't know. I just going to be a gnome lurk, a leech. Gnome leech, I guess.
A gnome.
Gnome leech.
leech gnome. That's a new type of gnome.
Oh yeah, I'm a cutter. That's right.
All right. Next, you need to choose your background.
Choose your background. Detail history, for example.
I was an academic. I was in the Gnomish College of Tinkerers, and they threw me out.
Expelled.
because-
Oh my god.
Now you know that
And we need to
only seniors are able to use the spark magic. Really? Well, I've been doing that since I was a freshman.
Are you going to be labor?
Kind of was thinking it. Why?
Do
Yeah,
we
'cause I'm
have to
thinking
choose
labor,
one
too.
from the list, or is that...
Yes.
It's just guidance. You don't have
Okay.
to be it. You can be whatever you want.
All right.
Where are you being?
Trade.
What?
Trade. It's on the list.
What do you want to trade for?
Yeah, what kind of trade?
Um,
Or is it like trade of like being part of the traders guilds, or being trade like you're crafting, or
he was probably I don't know who she is at this point. Probably ran something in the warehouse district for a while. Received shipments of things, dispersed shipments of things. Got to know a lot of contacts. Got to skim a little off the top. Kind of learned the ins and outs of things that way. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Will that be acceptable?
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So I picked labor background,
okay,
thinking that like this goblin, I don't know, did some sort of like hunting, skinning, trade, like that kind of stuff. Had a business and stuff, but
Pelts and that kind of thing.
when the winter came, a lot of the game left and shit's got hard. So
Dire rats are hard to find now.
yeah,
yes.
In your land where the badgers roam free.
Oh,
yeah. So he did trapping and hunting and shit.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. I was thinking labor as well,
okay.
but more like factory and like not warehouse labor, like moving stuff. But he'd come home at night to like a crowded common room that he'd sleep in. Who didn't have his own place or anything. He'd just work and sleep and occasionally break out in the middle of the night to try and.
Because of underclass and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because people look down on the bugbears.
that's right.
Way down.
Yeah,
They for sure don't realize how smart a bugbear is.
Nobody does. They're always shortchanging you.
Yeah.
My orc guy, he grew up a street urchin. He was, just on the streets growing up, and as he got older, he eventually got into, basic labor, but he kind of probably got involved with, fights and whatever, like the arena stuff on the side to make some extra cash and whatever. So
cool. All right, that's all for background. So, and now everyone gets.
Did we get the?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
her.
The gnome?
Yeah, no.
The gnome. Yeah,
Yeah, academy.
Academic.
yeah.
Okay.
The dispelled academic from the Tinkerers.
I was in school until they threw me out.
Gross.
Gross.
I'm working on my character here.
Yeah, voices. Next is you assign 4 action dots to your thing. You cannot have a action more than 2 dots at the beginning.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Don't know what any of these mean.
Yeah, what is action dots?
I
Where does it go to?
Yeah, brother John.
Oh, this is my little field of expertise here. So these action dots, those little, like where you see like in your, on your playbook, you see how in your action rolls where it says hunt, study, survey, tinker, etc. The ones that are already filled in, just pick whatever you want out of all those, and then fill in those dots with the 4 that you've been assigned for player creation.
And we can't do 2?
You can't go over 2. You can't go over 2.
2 is the max.
Yeah.
So if it already has 2, you're done.
Yeah, right.
one,
So basically fill it up to like the second, whichever ones you want out of the second. So you can pick 4. If you just want to, you can pick 4 action things and then just assign those 4 dots to those.
Right.
Or you can just like boost 2 of them, to 2 or whatever. Or if you have like one that's just filled in 1, you like, for example, here on my command, I have one that's already filled in. I just put in another one there,
so
etc.
Do you want to talk about the resistance part?
I don't. I'll explain what the dots mean, and then you can explain resistance. The dots stand for how many dice you roll for that action roll. So, like, the more dice you can roll, the better the chance you're going to succeed.
And so you notice that the first there is a line that separates the first dot of each row from all the rest. So there is a mechanic called resistance in Blades in the Dark. So when I pretty much fuck up your character, you can go, I don't want to take that damage. I'm going to resist. And so depending on what you're resisting, I'll tell you to roll one of these 3: insight, prowess, or resolve. So insight's mental, prowess is kind of dexterity, and resolve is like I did and resolve it. I'll have to read these again. Let's go look them up.
Insight seems like knowledge.
Yeah.
Prowess seems like skill and training.
Yeah.
And then resolve is like
is mental. Yeah.
Force of will. And
I did that wrong. So for each one of those pips that you have in the first row, you get an additional die to roll your resistance, and you want to roll high. Okay. For every single thing we roll, you take the highest number out of all the dice as your results. The only time you don't do that is when let's say, Chris, I was like, go ahead and do a command. And you're like, well, lurkers aren't really good at commanding but you somehow position yourself where it sounds like you're going to command something and you have no pips in that. You'll roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
Okay.
So if you have nothing and you try to you fictionally position yourself that you're going to be using that action, you'll be rolling at pretty much a disadvantage versus if you have a pip, you'll at least roll 1. And when you do a resistance, depending on how many pips you have, in that macro kind of action is how many dice you get to roll to resist.
So since I start with two behind the line in prowess, I would roll 2 prowess resistance dice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happens when you... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you fail something like that?
So for resistance, you never fail because it starts at 6 and you go 6 minus the number you rolled.
Okay.
And so you want to hit a 6 because then you take no stress. So when you go to resist, you're using stress instead of harm.
Okay.
Or you're using stress instead of trauma. Excuse me. No, instead of harm. Never mind. Yeah. Yes.
Quick question is what, because I just realized what I was read in the book but didn't understand. Now, for example, let's say I wanted to do an action in study, but I have no dots. Now, one of the things I read is I think you can roll for it, but you take on stress to do it.
Yeah, so I was saying I think it's actually in one of these papers I gave you guys. Yeah. But yeah, if you're not trained in it, you can take 2 and take the lowest, or you can push yourself and take 2 stress and get 1 die. You can always, actually, it doesn't matter what you're doing, like action you're taking, you can always push yourself by taking 2 stress and get an additional die. So even if you have 2 ticks in an action, you can push yourself for 2 stress and get a 3rd die.
Yeah.
So I haven't been paying like jack attention to any of this. Is there like a cheat sheet?
Yeah, I gave it to you.
Okay.
One thing I want to...
That's one of the things she wasn't paying attention to.
One thing I want to express is that stress, as negative as it sounds, actually gives you a lot of... can do you wonders if you play your cards right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
see this first side that says rules reference 1, the action roll segment and resist roll segment
That's
pretty much tell you everything.
Okay, good. Then I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about like what the fuck some of these things actually mean, like
and then
attune, command, consort,
on that same page.
Attune is like for like
on that same page there is the actions summary.
Oh, there! Thank God on the other side.
Yes, Yes.
Okay, so Prowl's good too.
I super don't
Yeah,
give a fuck
Prowl.
about the tune.
You have such different skills than me.
Same.
What are you doing, like swaying and?
I got some sway, I got some consort, I got some study, I got some survey.
Yeah, I'm not in there at all.
That's fine.
Oh, I want
As
survey.
long as I don't need to use prowess for anything.
I have
I'll be
2
all right.
survey.
We all have the same actions.
One,
Yeah.
2,
So
3.
everyone's good at doing stuff. It just happens some people are a little bit better.
So, like,
Yeah.
for example, I already have 2 prowl and 1 finesse.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to mention earlier.
What
is
is
about
the
classes.
hound
There's not-
start at?
I mean,
Yeah.
2 hunt and 1 survey.
Does it
makes
help
sense.
anybody to? I mean, does it help our party to be spread out and have pips in everything?
It'll help you because you get more resistance.
yeah, but
Well, no, but I mean, like, if nobody in our party can skirmish,
Who can skirmish?
I can skirmish.
I mean,
well,
as an
everybody
example.
can skirmish.
Everyone can skirmish. Yeah.
No, but if it,
But in a way, it kind of doesn't exactly matter like what skills you have because I don't say what actions you do. It's all up to you to fictionally position your character to do the action that you want to do.
Yeah, but we were trying to figure. What Dave's asking is, do we make some people in our group better at certain things than others? But I mean, that's already kind of like determined on your character class, kind of, because like I already have 2 hunt and 1 survey.
Right.
I'm already going to tinker the shit out of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we just need someone who can like skirmish really well.
which we should have.
Well, here's the thing. The cutter is skirmish, and the big things about this cutter is skirmishing and command. And command is like making sure that
And you
Intimidate, yeah.
and then you've got sway and
I've got as it sits right now. I've got pips in study, survey, command, consort, and sway.
okay. And then what do you have? Lurch
Right now or to begin with?
right now.
Lurk.
Lurk.
And I have 1 study, 1 tinker to like open locks and stuff. 1 finesse, 2 prowl, and 1 skirmish.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
What's gnome?
Study and
stuff.
tinker and wreck and attune.
And then I am hunt and survey, finesse and prowl.
Okay.
If I can only get more dots in wreck, I think I'd be
You
happy.
said it, you've got a tune, John.
I have 1 attune. Yeah.
Good enough.
when you level, I believe that's the opportunity when you can start putting more.
Because right now I
Yeah,
have
but we don't level up.
Yeah, you do.
gain. Yeah, you do.
You do.
Our last game we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, this game has.
What is this level up of which you speak?
I know.
This time we track
leveling
our own
up.
XP.
I didn't even
and so we
consider
actually get to
that.
level up.
Yeah, you get to track pretty much everything.
Your characters get better at things?
Yes.
What?
Holy
As,
shit!
as you follow your
Does it
playbook and other
take
things.
2
we'll talk
years
about.
to level up?
I don't remember the pace, but it'll be much quicker.
Okay.
Not 2 years.
Actually, if you look on your character sheet under the gray section under your description, it tells you what you get XP for.
Every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that action's attribute.
Yes.
Yep.
Desperation is the worst position, but yeah, you get XP every single time.
You address the challenge with
Go
technical
forward.
skill or mayhem. You expressed your beliefs.
But you only get 1 per session unless you do it.
You struggled
more
with
than
issues from your vice or traumas during the session. That's awesome.
At the end of each session, for each item below
Right,
of
you
those
can
3, you get 1 XP if you did that.
Right.
Or you get 2 XP if you did it more than once.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
But like, it's not like you get like 3 if you do something 3
I'm
times.
trying to decide.
No, I think every time you roll desperate, you get an XP. You can do that
Yes,
multiple
yeah.
times.
Every time
Everything
you do
else
a
below
desperate,
it,
but
yeah.
the ones below that.
Yeah, but you can rack up a shit ton of XP by being desperate. Fuck you! I want XP.
Wow.
Anyways, Amber, what were you saying?
Because okay, so no, I don't know. When we get to talking about our vices and traumas,
We'll get there. Yep.
then I'll
figure
talk
out
about
what
what I wanted.
It-
Because I'm good. I got my pips.
all right, everyone got their pips.
Trying to figure out where to put my last pip.
One last one.
4 action dots.
I don't want to double up on something that someone else has 2 of them in.
Ultimately, it's not like stats. Like, I don't think of these pips as stats because it's just how many dice you can roll. But no matter if you have pips in there or not, you can roll for that. It's just, a matter of whether you succeed or not. And that's just like a 50-50 almost in a way, because it's like, as long as you're 3 and over 3, you're at least succeeding.
Yeah, but when you roll
But
at
you-
disadvantage, you're actually lower than 50-50.
Oh, you're lower than 50.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you take the worst.
right. True.
So you're more like at a 33 or something like that.
I guess. Still, you know what I mean?
So, like, I'm going to put 2 points in Tinker, but I'm not going to use Tinker for
He's full of Tinker right now.
Yeah, but I use it to, like, open locks and shit.
Well, do you have to have 2? You
Okay.
just need 1.
Yeah, but it makes him better.
I got
Well,
one.
I don't know what else to put 1 point in. Like, I've got 1 skirmish. I thought about doubling up on skirmish, but then
What's your prowl? 2?
2.
Well, just think about what your problem.
Maybe finesse.
Think of
Yeah, how are you going to go through the world?
Yeah.
think of more fictional versus mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how are you going to survive?
Like
in the world
when
if
you
some
encounter
shit
a problem,
goes down?
how are you gonna? How are you gonna fix
Because like no matter what your mechanical is, if you can't position it fictionally because you don't know how your character would do it, you can't roll that. So you have to more think of it as
So
your
like that's
character.
because like what I'm doing right now in my head is I'm making that's what I was trying to talk about when I talking about the vices and stuff is like I'm trying to see if I can actually accurately roleplay an obsessive compulsive person. So and not enough. I mean, it's a
Right.
scary.
Right.
It's a hard thing to deal with. And so I'm like, how would my obsessive compulsive gambling addiction goblin handle stuff?
Oh my God.
And it's like hunt, survey, finesse, and prowl. I'm like, that's all it's going to be. And then same with my special abilities. I'm thinking of that too. It's like, how is this goblin going to act in this world? So
I'm trying to figure out how aggressive my bugbear will
there
act.
you go.
Because I feel like bugbears tend to be aggressive. They're sneaky, but they're also like...
Yeah, usually they pop off.
Well, they're usually like murderous.
Right. I got you and you're dead.
Well, it's like sneak up behind you and...
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to the goblin won't touch anybody. Doesn't want to be close to anybody. Doesn't want to be around anybody. So skirmish doesn't make any sense.
So
for the
I
goblin
think
Are
I
you just
will-
playing Amber at this point?
I think I will put another
No.
point in skirmish. I think that makes sense.
maybe closer to like my dad.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm like, I hope I don't want to make my goblin a joke with the obsessive compulsive disorder.
Right.
Like it's a legit thing that this character is struggling with and will make it difficult for everybody else to interact with and certain things.
Right.
Like I'm going to pick what those things are. Like obviously has no issue with like, you know, gutting animals and that kind of shit. But like get in my space and touch my stuff.
Who touched that?
Who touched my knives? Who did things?
Maybe
did you move things around?
And you like obsessively restring your bow.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, that's why I
before you
put down
take-
there as obsessed.
Like before you take a shot, you have to restring and unstring
right,
your bow like
because like
8 times.
this is the ritual that I perform every time I go. Yeah, and it'll give me good luck for my gambling too. Like it's gonna pay off if I do
my
this.
God. You can also have a gun instead of bows.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, All right.
Wait, oh yeah, because it's slightly in the future. We can
Yeah,
have
and
guns.
I've also, I don't know if I put it in the email, and I don't know if everyone ever remembers it either. Like, I have used guns in.
Yeah, and I
before.
totally mentioned that I wanted there to be guns when
Yeah,
I came back.
yeah.
Have you seen Little Witch Academy yet? Academy.
No.
It's on Netflix. Oh, you don't have Netflix. Never mind.
Because that's what the Black Sands Company does. Is they
Oh, yeah.
Oh
that-
yeah,
they
guns.
bring in gunpowder and guns.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
That's what the Black Sands is named for. They're
Nice.
gunpowder stores.
Sweet.
Oh, I got to write this down.
They're a desert nation who mines gunpowder like obsessively. You mine gunpowder, right?
Yeah, I've thought about this character.
I think you create it from a couple different
from
chemicals.
like, but you
Different
mine the
elements
material
that you've mined, yeah.
Yeah, like sulfur, I think. is
Right,
one.
right,
and
right.
like
Mhm.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 things.
Yeah, saltpeter. Or, I don't know.
I don't make that stuff.
It's not. Yeah, it's not my skill set.
Yeah.
So okay,
All right.
Amber talked about these qualities here: cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid.
Those
What-
are traumas that we will
Yeah.
not
okay.
get.
Yeah, you don't get those.
So we don't worry about that right now.
No, traumas you don't want right now.
Good.
You have none. So
All right.
your OCD, you don't necessarily have it right now, but when you do get a trauma,
Well,
That's the way.
that's
it's
the way
gonna
to
Yeah.
go.
be. Like when
And
you're
like
super healthy and okay.
Yeah,
and
you're
like,
well, there's
you're-
ups and downs of obsessive compulsive disorder. Like it's a
Oh
thing.
no, for
yeah.
sure. But it gets exacerbated.
Yeah.
Right.
During times of stress and
Yeah.
trauma.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because in this, once you rack up your 4 trauma, it's over for your character. It's just
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't get traumas until you fill up your stress all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
So
So,
actually, I don't know if we're going to. Well, whatever.
What?
I don't know if we're going to do the whole it's over for your character thing, but whatever. Because you can choose whether to lock them up or to let them.
yeah,
die.
I don't think we'll get to that, especially if we're only playing for like 6 months.
Or if they die,
or
they can
less.
become a ghost and eventually become a vampire.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit that I was like, I don't think we're going to get to
Yeah,
that.
I don't think that's going to be in this game, but whatever.
All right.
I want to be a ghost.
Turn it
I
down.
don't want to mess around with people being ghosts.
Well, I won't be spooky.
want to be a friendly ghost.
You made a whole mechanic about our last boss fight about us fighting inside her brain when we died.
Yeah.
But you don't want to deal with ghosts?
Not for this.
Hey, it took us 6.5 years to get to that mechanic.
maybe some of these people have something like that. We'll have to find out.
Okay, so what's next?
All right, so now you need to choose your special ability. Y'all get one.
Just one?
Artificer.
Yes, if you want, you can take the Whisperer version of it, as Chris pointed out, or brother John.
I thought you could only take the veteran abilities after you
What?
leveled up for a while. I didn't think you could take them to begin with. I mean, I know you're
you're also allowed to mix and match.
Yeah, so if you want, you can pull that one if you wanted.
I don't know.
Did you say
I don't
something to
see
me?
that they actually.
You mean on special abilities or veteran? What are you talking about, veteran?
Veterans abilities.
Veterans abilities let you take abilities from other playbooks.
What ability would you even take from Whisper?
The strange methods. The one I wanted.
Yeah, so you could take veteran. Yeah, you could take a veteran pip and take it.
I mean, I'm going to stick with Artificer for now.
Okay.
If we ever level up, maybe I'll take
I
it.
hope you level up.
Oh, I thought it would take 3 veteran pips to
No,
get.
you can only do it. It's pretty much saying you can do that 3 times.
Appreciate. Oh, that's
Yeah, they're just, you can mix and match from any playbook.
Yep,
But
3 times.
Okay, when I was thinking about characters, this is where I got stonewalled.
Okay, what up?
I saw 2 that both seemed decent. I don't know. A lot of the ways they talk about these special abilities are new mechanics for me.
Yep.
And so I
playbooks
struggle.
Are unique.
Okay, so one that looked decent was Foresight, that 2 times per score, I can assist a teammate without paying stress.
Right. So everyone can always assist another person, but they have to pay stress to assist them. You just you can say, I'm going to help out the hound, and you have to fictionally position it, but you just do it for stress.
Right.
So they're
So
just
I
saying
can
you can do it for free.
Do it for free twice. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay. The other is that I may expend my special armor to protect a teammate or push myself when I gather information.
Push yourself is you pay 2 stress, and you get an extra die.
Okay.
That's what push yourself means.
Okay.
And the special armor is a equipment slot, which we'll get to later.
Okay. And how does that work with protecting? I don't.
So which skill was this?
I'm looking at Mastermind as a special ability.
Expend your special armor to protect a teammate. So pretty much how armor works is it reduces the harm effect by 1 level. So if I say I'm doing a level 3 harm to you, like you're being mortally wounded, and you're like, I'm using armor, then it'll be bumped down to a level 2 harm instead.
Okay. And so when I protect a teammate,
you expend your special armor for the heist or for the score.
Yeah.
And whatever harm they were taking is reduced by 1.
okay. So basically I can use that for somebody else's benefit.
Right.
Okay.
But it's all about fictional positioning. Too.
Sure. Of course.
You can't just be like,
I did it.
I did it. Yeah. If you're not there or whatever kind of tricksy thing.
Right. Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Like I roll no dice. So it's up to you guys to position all this
What's
stuff.
a cohort? The one the other PCs?
Cohorts are, the NPCs that are part of the crew.
Oh, the NPCs are part of the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
I'm just doing sharpshooter.
I'm picking leader
I'm trying to figure out.
because leader's pretty cool. It's when you command a cohort in combat, they continue to fight when they would otherwise break. They're not taken out when they suffer level 3 harm. They gain +1 effect on.
Does a crew start out with cohorts?
Yes. 17 of them.
All of them. We get the entire city.
I don't really know because we haven't got the crews yet.
I don't know either.
And 8 of them are ghosts.
8 of them are ghosts. Just 8 of them.
I mean, it's in the rules. I don't know.
Right. What if we had like a gang of nothing but ghosts? Like,
Oh, God.
like not really necromancy. The ghosts just want to hang with us.
They're just ghosts, yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, ooh,
Ghost crew.
ghost crew.
I guess we'll.
I got t-shirts paid for us.
Nah, I won't do leader. I'll pick
Just
night,
sheets.
I'll
Sorry.
pick night. Not
Sheets with holes cut in them.
Pretty much by the time you guys upgrade your crew once, you'll have for your net level. You'll do it then.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Infiltrator, you are not affected by quality or tier when you bypass security measures. What does quality or tier mean?
So when you try to, so one thing I fucking forgot to do is,
tiers in the book.
every single one of these factions we just made have different tiers. So you guys start at tier 0, and for example, the Church of Palor is tier 5.
Because we're punk ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next time they will have tiers again, listed by them, so you guys know.
Look it up in the book.
So
It's like-
the higher the tier, the more
Numbers is good.
difficulty it becomes.
And that's so like
And the quality
Does that
is
affect-
for like equipment and stuff that you may have. So you're just ignoring it, and you'll pretty much it'd be like, all right, you're going to go lurk into the Church of Palor, and you only have like some kind of equipment. Like you're like, I have this for my equipment to assist me, but it's not that good. And you're trying to get into the Church of Palor, where we've already established it has a whole bunch of crazy magic stuff.
I just don't care.
Yeah, and you're just like, I just roll it straight for prowl or whatever.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just ignore all that mechanic. And you're like, I just do it.
Yeah.
Well, you just roll it straight when I say you just do it.
How many of these factions do you think are going to be really high tier?
Well, the thing is, even like there's going to be it's a mix, because usually you want to punch up because you get more rewards.
Okay.
When you punch down, you don't get as many rewards.
But we're tier 0, so everything's up.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially if like
Good point.
If they're like below us, then we're just pretty much just putting them in their place.
Right.
But it's like,
Yeah.
but
You don't
yeah,
you get
It's like no challenge for us. So I
Right.
don't even know if we'd roll too much for that. Like we could probably like make one giant roll for it or something. I don't know.
I'm torn between
Depends. Yeah, that'd be up to
Infiltrator,
you.
where I get to ignore quality or tier,
mhm.
or Ambush, where I get an extra die when I attack or spring a trap. Attack from hiding.
Both those are good.
Both those are good.
I mean,
What do you think's better?
Are you
if I was
more of
GM
a
in that
sneaker
case,
or more of
is
an
it just like
attacker?
I kept picking on lower
Or like
things. It's like, well, this is
sneak-
just one giant roll because all
I
you're
would
doing
take
is
the sneak
bullying them.
Right.
now.
And then
It's like,
everyone else is like, yeah, great job.
And roll well when you
yeah, like good job.
Yeah.
Like 'cause-
Yeah.
because another factor is
You
we
don't
get
need the extra dice,
reputation
you're gonna
and all
roll good.
that stuff. So it's like if you're just picking on the
yeah, you
same
get like,
gang,
oh,
it's
you
like,
got 0
whatever.
rep from that. Great job.
If you
Yeah,
roll
good
well,
job.
you don't need
Pick
the
on
extra
that
die.
True.
And it's like, oh, you get like 1 coin. Great job.
So, like, if I attack from hiding, I would roll 3 prowl, probably.
If you took that, yeah.
Yeah, if I took that. Or I could roll 2.
Or if
But
you're
sneaking into anything without worrying about their magicals, like,
That's
tiers-
pretty sweet.
with their
that's pretty-
guards or magic or
Yeah.
ghosts or
Like,
whatever.
I sneak into that as easily as I sneak into, like, the flop house.
Right.
I think that sounds good.
It does sound good.
I'm going to do that. Infiltrator for sure.
Does everyone have their stuff picked for special ability?
Yeah, like I'm
Yes.
All right. What everyone else pick?
I took sharpshooter. You can push yourself to do one of the following: make a range attack at extreme distance beyond what's normal for the weapon, unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress the enemy.
And I switched from leader to not to be trifled with, and that is you can push yourself to do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat.
Nice.
Dang, actually, I should have probably picked vengeful. You gain an additional XP trigger. You got payback against someone who harmed you or someone you care about. If your crew helped you get payback, also mark crew XP. Damn.
take
Would you,
that.
do you want that instead?
Be more vengeful.
Up to you. That's your character.
No, it's up to
How
us.
often do people wrong you? Are you?
I'm
you are a
Gamble.
goblin.
She is a goblin,
I am a
yeah.
goblin.
You are
Gambling goblin.
Yeah.
You are consistently wronged.
You fucked me over in that dice game.
Yeah, I'm going to do vengeful then. That way, if you guys help me, you can get XP. Our crew can get XP.
Yeah.
What's your goblin's game of choice?
Good question.
Mumbly pig. Mumbly pig.
Probably
Mumbly pig.
Mumbly pig.
Oh,
Humbly pay.
I was gonna say
Can you
I was
drop-
going to say Mahjong.
What were you gonna
but,
say?
dice. Or mahjong.
It's actually Mahjong.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I took Artificer. When you invent or craft a creation
Right.
with Sparkcraft features, take +1 result level to your roll. You begin with 1 special design already known.
What's that special design you're gonna go with?
I have no idea.
I bet it blows up.
I don't know. I don't know yet. It's Sparkcraft, so I got to look. Apparently, the only thing that blow up are alchemy.
You can.
Alchemy blows up. Nothing else does. I'm just messing.
Okay, so I'm trying to recall. I'm like, I don't think so. All right. So the next thing is now you need to choose 1 close friend and 1 rival. There's a list of names and shit like that, but you don't have to use any of that. But you need to make one that you're friends with, either be like a good friend, a lover, a family relationship, etc. And then you need to make a rival or enemy, and they are down triangle.
I have chosen
There's an assassin in here.
to be friends with Veldrin, a psychonaut. Veldrin provides me with communing with the weirdos that I want from the dead to ask questions of their, how did you figure this out? And then my rival is Melista, a priestess. And I haven't really given a lot of thought to why she's my rival, but Probably because I'm tinkering with shit I'm not supposed to be tinkering with.
Is she more of an enemy than a rival then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
it- so it should be
is that a different thing? Are there,
It's still a negative relationship. It's more of like because rival. I don't know. Rival,
Yeah, rivals like we're competing for the same goals.
Yeah.
She's trying to shut me down.
Yeah, shut him down. So an enemy. Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have to listen to this before next time. Who's next?
I don't know yet because I haven't really thought
Do we
about
name
this.
our own character?
Yeah, just make up anything. Like
Oh, sweet.
I have a name. I am Wilker Scrimshaw.
oh shit.
Wilker Scrimshaw. And my alias is Gears.
Oh, I gotta think of a name and alias too.
Me too.
Shit.
Character creation
Alias.
is
oh, that's our criminal
my
name,
alias
right?
is Knuckles.
Our alias.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
oh my god, don't be Knuckles.
My alias is Knuckles.
You're green.
If
You're green Knuckles.
If you're Knuckles, I'm Shadow.
Oh my god.
Shit. What am I?
Sonic.
Tails.
That's Sonic.
Damn.
I'm not Tails.
You're the gambling goblin. Oh, look, it's on the roof.
GG,
It's
the gambling goblin.
Oh.
GG.
No, I'm Vez. That's my name, but
GG's your nickname.
Gambling goblin.
GG.
I'm not a cat.
You can't give yourself your own nickname.
Mortos.
He gave himself his own nickname.
It is
Yeah.
mystic.
Oh my god.
Let's
Hey, Gears, tell her she can't pick her own nickname.
Yeah, you can't pick your own. No. I don't know why you're listening to Dave. He hasn't read any of the rules.
Wow.
I think I have my people.
I've read some of them. I just don't remember them because they're complicated.
Okay.
Okay, my friend is Matilda, the prostitute I'm in love with.
Okay.
And then my rival is Drake, the slumlord who controls where I live and where my family lives.
Oh wow.
Or at least, maybe not family, but like the people I care about.
Right.
Are those ones that were on the sheet, or did you just make them
I made them up.
You made them up.
Does that sound appropriate?
Yeah, sure.
Like Matilda, I'm like trying to amass enough wealth so that we can have a life together that doesn't involve me stealing and her hooking.
Aw.
That's sweet.
Well, you're looking
That's
for a life
sweet.
that involves you hooking and her stealing? Is
Yes.
that
All in. And then Drake is the
bugbear
slumlord who will
follies.
come around and take random rent whenever and
Yeah.
beat people up with his thugs.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm thinking there's a lot of goblinoids in his slums.
Yeah.
And so like I'm trying to I'm a rival.
Right.
Like I'm trying to stand up for my people.
Nice. Yes. Excellent. Yes.
God damn it! You don't even know where to begin with this goblin.
I don't even have a fucking name.
I have a at least I have a name and problems.
You got Vez and you got problems.
Yeah.
Oh, and Matilda is I think probably like a half elf. Or
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's
But
definitely not a-
Yeah.
she's definitely not a goblinoid.
so you pay really well.
Bugbear.
No, she's not a pretty half elf.
Oh.
No, it's love.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I only pay in
okay.
I only
Maybe.
pay in
So
my
that's how it
burning
is.
pee.
Wow. Don't
might be because it's
don't
late.
start shaming their love.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Don't hold them down. All right. So we got 2 so far.
All right. Let's see here. My half elf spider, Iora is his name, I think.
Is it a him or a her?
I don't know yet. We'll get there.
You just be
You know,
ambiguous.
it actually says on the sheet you can be ambiguous.
I know, but I wanted to give Amber a little space for that too.
Well, I'm straight up going male goblins.
All right. I might be ambiguous here. I'm not sure.
It can be hard to tell with half elves.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And, sometimes there's an advantage to being male. Sometimes there's an advantage to being female. I could probably go. Anyway. My friend is Solia, the information broker. She passes on information to me about incoming shipments or maybe notable people that are in need of whatever their vice might be. Maybe stuff that's a little too hot for someone else. She'll pass on to me because she knows I'm a little desperate for making my way in the world. What was it? The enemy
or rival?
Enemy or rival. Aleph, my son. We're estranged. He's probably youngish, but trying to make his way out in the world. Totally set his ass up, double crossed him. It went down bad.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean for it to go that bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm still thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of a name. I can't think of a good name.
I have my first name.
Okay.
Nux.
Nux.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you spell that? I'm curious.
Nucks.
Yeah, that works.
You still think-
Because bugbears aren't smart enough to spell their own name.
Yeah, I'm still.
I was trying to decide whether to
That's
go.
the thing about bugbears. They're really stupid. Really, really stupid.
Aww.
You know, your dad gets a racial bonus against me.
Yeah.
No, elves don't. I was thinking dwarves and gnomes. Wait, do elves? I forget.
Elves get racial bonuses against everybody.
Doesn't matter in this game. No
racist
bonuses.
I know.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I know gnomes do. Gnomes straight up do.
Mm.
I wish it wasn't.
I don't harbor any
Yeah,
ill will
names,
towards anyone.
aliases, and looks are last. So
That's
right
good.
now it's all about friends and rivals.
Yeah,
I'm
alias
trying-
is going to be tricky.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure.
And I'm just going to name him Marco. Yeah. If that's something simple, since he was a street urchin, he doesn't have
Marco
really
Knuckles.
Marco.
You know?
So wait, I'm Nux and you're Marco?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like he grew up on the streets. He didn't know his parents, so he didn't have a last name or anything like that.
Can we
so he
just call
has
you Mark?
Mark?
Oh, God.
Ouch. Can we just call him John for good measure?
Uh-huh.
I'll think of a good alias for him later. But like his name is Marco. He's raised on the streets. His friend is Brutus the Puglist. He took him up off the streets and he actually like got him into like training and whatever, and taught him how to fight with his hands or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, Marco's always been getting in fights. And Brutus didn't approve and try to give him a normal job like a normal person, and like try to get him to show. He's trying to get him off the street to
Right.
reform him, which is why they kind of have conflict, but they're really close, like family.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's kind of his friend growing up. So he's kind of like a father figure to Marco. But
Mhm.
but at the same time, Marco can't get away from that thug life.
That's
Thug
yeah,
life.
the street
Thug
life.
the street life. Yeah. And then his rival, we'll say, is Grace. Do we have a name for the police?
What police?
Just like police in general. She's
Town guard.
This town guard right now.
Just town guard. Grace is part of the town guard. She knew him growing up, and for whatever reason, she's always had a thing against him and always tattled on him and shit like that. And he didn't. They don't really get along very well.
It's probably
And
sexual tension.
Oh,
maybe it could be.
she's
Who
really into
knows?
orcs.
Yeah, and he,
Who isn't?
maybe it's like a yeah. So who
That's
knows?
great.
Whatever. Anyways, so that's his rival. Like she's on the opposite
Right.
side of this fence, so to speak. He's a criminal. She's a
Yeah.
law enforcement. So
Yes, these are all
Yeah.
4 of these are so very good.
So,
A lot to work with.
and Brutus is always like, Marco, you got lots of potential, but you keep wasting it and fighting on the streets. You got Did I say Bruce is a half orc?
Now you did.
He's a half orc.
Today is.
Today he's half orc. Yeah,
Now it'll work. Maybe it'll work tomorrow.
no, he's a half. he's feeling half orc.
I'm getting the picture of Burgess Meredith and Rocky with tusks. You're not going to be anybody. You're going to eat lightning and crap thunder.
How's it going?
I just need. I'm trying to find a name. So just give me a little bit and let me find a name. I'm really bad about names. This is the one thing I need to work on.
Yeah,
Can my alias be Tusk?
sure.
Can be.
Can be.
Can be.
FantasyNames.com. Oh wait.
Razor Tusk. No.
Yeah, that's like Bambi and Candy.
Mm-hmm.
Stripper name?
Should we just go to Vices while you're looking at?
No, I already have. I really just need a name.
for
But you've already done your vice.
for a rival or a friend.
For rival. So basically, I can give you guys what's going on.
All right.
So for a friend, when I talked about this, this is name is Vez. I haven't come up with an alias yet. But Vez used to do have kind of like a small business where he provided like furs and meat to some of the markets, vendors in the market area, right? And when the internal winter came, stuff started to get really bad. And then his friend Correct was like, hey, unwind, not stress so much. Let's and he got Vez into gambling. So Correct is basically his friend, but like that friend that's not really like a good friend, but just like keeps like influencing him and pulling him the wrong way, which led to him losing his wife and his children.
God damn it.
So he doesn't have a family anymore. He's just kind of caught in this like...
Yes, you do.
Did you gamble them
Well,
away?
they're there. No, I did not gamble them away.
Oh my god. Oh no.
No.
Gamble
No.
babies, two gold
Basically,
pieces.
basically the goblin wife was...
I'm your family.
Okay, you're my cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's family.
We're family.
Family.
But you don't live with me. Like...
What? I'm right next door.
Yeah, just down the corner. So
Your
anyway,
house is too small. What do you want? I can't live with you.
sure, we can live in the same slumlord area or like same slum.
I
area.
take up the space of like 4 goblins.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry,
I
cuz
get it.
no. So Correct is basically a ne'er-do-well who's just has pushed Vez into this other side, right? And so what I'm trying to come up with right now, a name for the rival is the gambling vice that Fez is really into because of excessive reasons is mahjong. There's basically like, gangs that represent each other. They put their top players against each other, and there's a human female who is she's one of like the rival players in this like
Hey Chris, what would be a really good name for someone from the Black Sands?
I was always imagining it as like vaguely Middle Eastern names. I was thinking Nazim.
How about that?
okay, that works.
Is it a guy?
It's a female. She's
I'm sorry, probably not Nazim.
okay. Then
That seems like a guy.
Nazima.
Zima.
that sounds like Nox
You could do Zima.
Zima,
Like
the beer. Zima. That's a beer.
Chris doesn't know about the beer.
Okay.
It's a notoriously clear
always
alcoholic
do-
beverage.
I do A's a
good?
lot.
Yeah.
No.
It's
I'm not gonna
I've
do
got
tomorrow.
Nazaha here.
No.
Nala.
Nala's good. I like Nala. Is it from Simba?
It's
yeah, I was
fly.
going to say
Yeah.
Lion
Say it.
King.
A name's a name. Don't worry about it. Jeez.
We'll say
I just realized my guy's name's Nux, and he was talking about naming his character Knuckles.
Yeah.
well, I
That's why I was like,
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I didn't mean it.
that's all right.
we could do Lyra, Lira.
Is she from the Black Sands? I mean,
She does. I don't know where she's from. The
Josh,
goblin-
I think so.
Josh wanted her once.
It feels like a Black Science kind of thing.
well, because I had more to her. Like I wanted her to be part of the.
Oh, okay.
I wanted her to be part of the SSU.
I have
Oh,
to admit, I'm really
okay.
feeling bad that I actually went with the ones on the sheet.
Well, you can change them then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I went with one on the sheet because it seemed to fit.
If you
I don't
guys do have faction ideas for these people, instead of me placing them into factions, you can place them into
So
factions.
I wanted to put her in the SSU, but it's not known to anybody.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
she's undercover.
I think Lyra sounds good then.
Lyra or Jonah. That's what I put.
Yeah, like if you don't, pretty much, I should have said, yeah, if you don't assign them to factions, I'm going to assign them to factions.
So have you put Matilda into the Madam's Enclave?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's there.
Because I think there's something bigger going on the Mahjong circle than what's known.
So I guess, yeah, I should have told you. Yeah, so if you guys want to say, oh, this person's part of this faction, say it soon.
Yeah.
And do you want to change your stuff, John?
Yeah, but I don't have an idea off the top of my head. I'll have to think about it.
This is one of the things where I would have to be alone in a dark room.
Okay, well,
I really
when we
want
play
that.
this next time, we'll do a recap of
Yeah.
everything. And so, but please email me the changes of the stuff you're doing so I can account for it correctly.
Okay.
Because I already have like 3 score ideas and I don't want to be like, it's set up like this. And it's like, no, that character's not like that. And like, ugh. So, yeah, then I'm like, oh, well, I'm fucked.
I like how I made a goblin who plays Mahjong.
That's good.
I love it.
All right.
It's me.
Next is your vices.
It would be if it was a gremlin who played Mahjong.
I already know what my vice is.
What is it?
Pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Up all night to get some.
Is it the pleasure
get
of
in there,
skin?
Bruce.
Holy, I guess I don't know.
What kind of pleasure?
Yeah, because I mean, pleasure pretty much. Falls
Maybe
under,
they
like,
Like you eat cake all the
'cause,
time.
or they're really into like some classical music.
Or maybe you're gluttonous.
yeah.
Victoria
So-
sandwiches, yo.
Yeah, like the more specific, probably the better for these kinds of things.
Okay, so you want specific? All right.
Well, because it basically says, pick your preferred type of vice, detail it with a short description, and indicate the name and location of your vice purveyor.
Exactly.
Oh,
I don't know location, place, but where's
See, I knew
Mahjong
about.
Square.
Yeah, I emailed a map earlier.
Where's
Yep.
the vices?
You emailed a map?
Yeah, I emailed John's map earlier.
I'm so tired. Oh, there! Jesus Christ, they're right there in front of me. Vices.
Here, I'll get.
I wore
or
a lo-
yeah,
I
you can
wore a
look.
fucking
Or do you
Well,
have
it
right?
it's Mauxferry, right?
Yeah, it's Mark.
Yeah, I know Mauxferry.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. So
I mean, you couldn't find anything on the map without looking for 20 minutes, but
wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyone have any
how it
ideas?
Oh, maybe my obligation. Maybe it's obligation for me.
I'm in the red light district for real.
Like maybe like obligation for me because Brutus had like a devastating injury like at one point in his life, and because he's like my father figure or whatever, I gotta help him out and like
God.
his life and whatever. That's my whole point of being a criminal, man. I gotta get that money to
Oh, that's
make
good. That's
make my
good.
life good, and then also pay back Brutus for all
You're
his years of putting up
super
with me.
altruistic.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wait,
When that
like,
goes,
I'm doing
is-
a good thing, but
who
I'm
is-
I'm not afraid to
when
throw
you
down to get
when
get
you
what I gotta
overdose,
do.
that's going to be really fucked up.
when I what?
Overdose. So there's a mechanism with the vices where you can overdose your vice.
Oh yeah.
so wait, if I made my vice getting Matilda and myself out of poverty, or
That's a goal. It's not necessarily
That's
a vice.
okay.
That's not like a vice is something you can come back to, or you like getting yourself out of poverty is like a goal. It's not something that
Okay,
you
but
keep on going
what
back.
if my vice was Matilda?
Yeah, that works.
That works. But
Yeah,
what
makes
would
it a little
well,
more
she makes it. It
complicated.
makes it so it's hard for you to make proper decisions. Like you,
because I will always be considering
But-
how
Yeah.
it affects.
Engaging in your vice also lowers your stress, though. too,
Right. Yeah. So the whole point you engage
I'll
with
engage
your vice,
in my vice a good amount.
right, is to lower your stress. So you overdose on your vice when you do negative, when your stress goes negative, because you released too much stress.
Okay, and what is that?
So
Like,
if you had
is
a
it-
4 stress and you rolled a 6, you're gonna
Mechanically,
be-
I get it, but like overdosing, like let's say I overdosed and my vice is Matilda. Does that mean like I'm gonna like freak out and stab her?
No. It's all fiction based, and there are some examples about
Yes.
what could happen.
What's an example of?
We have to play to find out.
Okay, so
You mean-
So how can I
So
overdose
are
on
you-
helping it?
Oh, I already have an idea about.
Oh.
Are you
Oh.
Chris? Are you asking how you could overdose on being in
have
love with a
very-
prostitute?
very
Yeah.
sad idea.
Man,
I mean, doesn't that
There's
pretty
lots
much
of ways, Chris.
so your
doesn't that
vice
pretty
is
much explain
lust.
itself? You know.
Well, because like okay, so here's
well, but
my,
it's love. It's not lust, right?
well, it could be people
No.
who are in lust think they're in love.
Well,
but-
and
No, it's
you
love.
would not be making
Sure.
clear decisions about the object of your affection. You know, you would be choosing to overlook the fact that what she does the rest of the day when she's not with Nux at night, or probably with Nux with the daytime.
I guess.
like you could get
I
angry.
guess I could see overdosing being like he goes and hunts down her Johns.
Yes,
Right,
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 exactly.
Like
You're
And then a lot
probably
of fucked up
spending
stuff can happen.
gonna
You're probably
dick.
Yep.
spending
Yeah,
an
you-
inordinate amount of money buying her gifts and convincing her that you're the best.
Yeah.
and insanely jealous eventually.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's a lot of.
Well, because like even for the gambling, it's so easy. It's like Vez lost his wife and children. He's thinking in his mind, his goal is like, I'm going to get all this money back. I'm going to rebuild my business. I'm going to get my wife and children back. But I got to. It's just one more game. This is just not my
Oh,
luck
God.
tonight.
Wait, I thought your
Then-
family was dead.
No, they just left. They did not die. She packed
That's-
up and left.
Yeah,
That
there
is
was-
so much
she,
worse.
she sold them off for a gold piece of
That
piece.
is not true.
that's
One
what
coin.
The whole packed up and left thing is the story he tells every night.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you're taking care of your father figure, your lover, Mahjong.
I am, my vice is the weird. I am an explorer of strange and collector of strange technologies. And I'm going to steal the name Nazim, who is a merchant kind of a Mythander, basically. A merchant with an odd shop that has all kinds of bizarre stuff in there that I'm constantly in there going, what do you got now? What's the new thing?
It could be Ghost Mythander.
It could be. That'd be awesome.
He's undead.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be Ghast Mythander then?
Yeah, but I
he
mean,
could have
in
been
the,
disposed and still be a spirit. There's a whole bunch of stuff that could happen.
but I mean, he's basically a quote unquote ghost in this game that he's undead and he's not one of us. So.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Ghost Mythander.
That or somebody got whiff of him. Literally.
I mean, it's up to you, Josh. I mean, I
yeah,
don't know how the world
no,
building
it's
goes.
fine. Yeah, it could be totally like, yeah, it's a Ghost of Mythander. Like he somehow got released from this ghoulish form.
He's a revenant waiting for us to come back.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
The revenants, the undead. That,
Yeah, this is as I said,
Hold a
the Tales of
personal
Mauxferry
grudge.
is more world building and then just playing to see what happens and stuff like that.
You're letting
yeah,
me
it's
go,
a classic D&D.
you're letting me go
concept.
off the rails of my
And
world building. So I'm like, oh man, what if like Grace is like Bruce's like relative, and that's why she's always trying to tell Bruce to give up on me because I'm a piece of shit. Oh man.
What if you're Chuklock's brother or son?
Oh,
You're Chuklock's.
I'm True Clock's son. Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah, well, and orcs, they age quickly, so you could have grown up pretty fast.
Well, I mean, quicker than a human, but like
Right.
not like.
Well,
Dog
Q Clock
fast.
could have had kids all over the place before we even met him. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
True Clock had much experience.
I've always heard that orcs mature fast. Like I could see like.
And what does Iora have for vice?
Iora's vice is luxury.
Like, what do they?
Apple
what do they-
Watch.
Well, yeah.
Apple Watch. Got all them.
I got like 8
Yeah.
Apple Watches.
Can't
got
get
like
enough of them.
15 Apple Watches. I got them up both arms.
And an ankle.
That's it's
No, I mean, like, Iora wants to keep up appearances with all of their contacts. So that people who come to Iora believe that, oh yeah, got all kinds of money, and there's no, when he dispenses a favor, it's obviously just because, he's so luxurious. He's wearing these fine clothes and looks good. It isn't really because he's going to call in a favor 6 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Actually,
you're like a crow. You're like shiny or
Yeah.
raven. Is it raven or crow?
Crow's like shiny.
Okay,
Mhm.
you're like a crow.
are they the same thing?
No.
I thought
No,
a raven and a
ravens
crow
and
was the
crows are
same.
different.
They're
I thought
different.
They were the
They're
same
very
bird.
closely related.
Learned
Ravens
something
are
new
fucking
today.
But specifically like sponsoring the arts.
Okay.
Theater productions, artists,
God.
jewelers, that kind of stuff.
What are you doing with a bugbear and a goblin?
We'll get to that.
Because
We'll get
I
to that.
steal a fuck ton of jewels.
Oh, that's true.
I would like to steal the idea that the multiple wristwatches and stuff, because I'm like a techno.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
So like
Casio.
yeah.
Calculator watch?
Yeah, I've got like all kinds of technological trinkets that I have like multiple versions of that.
Sorry, we keep stealing your spotlight.
no, to keep stealing the spotlight.
I mean,
It's fine.
you weren't holding on to that. It was like
I
a
was
joke,
not
right?
holding. That was a joke. Yes.
Yeah.
I want it now.
All right.
Well, does that work for you?
Yeah,
Josh?
that's very
Okay.
good. Yep. All right. So the last thing before we get to the cruise stuff is what's your name, what's your alias, and what do you look like?
Wilker Scrimshaw, whose nickname is Gears. He looks like your standard gnome, but he's a little bit more wild than the average gnome. He wears fairly shabby clothing because he doesn't really pay attention to things like clothing, but he has lots of technological trinkets that he's wearing, multiple versions of the same sort of thing. Like maybe a fistful of compasses strapped to his belt, and a bunch of different watches of various sorts, and
Nice. Oh my god.
Like 5 pocket watches hidden in pockets all over the vest.
And then he's got a sundial on top of his head.
and I think he definitely wears a vest with lots of pockets.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Side question, would Teddy be a terrible alias?
Because you're a bugbear?
Yeah.
I
that's a
hate
terrible
you.
alias.
Maybe that's what she calls you.
Vomit.
Yeah.
Oh, my Teddy.
Oh, that's so good.
I have to look at what goblins look like because I'm like,
Yeah. She totally calls you Teddy.
Yeah, she does. Oh, Teddy. Yeah.
I can't wait for you to go to your vice.
For forgot that you'd be role playing her.
Oh no!
Oh, this should be fun.
That won't happen for a few play sessions.
Oh,
unless you
please.
push yourself, and then it could happen in the first play session.
Well, each session has downtime and whatever.
Exactly, but you don't. It's always like, your balance of stress versus overindulging and all that kind of stuff.
I think there's a fair chance that Nux will want to overindulge in his.
It's bad,
I know it's bad.
and it's usually bad for the whole crew.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, it's gonna be like, Nux, don't go back to that girl. She's no good for you.
He's no good for you, Nux.
We just wait until I get my hand on that lightning grenade.
Oh my god.
She's the only one who loves me for who I am.
Yeah, look at this. I don't know what it does, but when I pull the pin, it makes this weird clicking sound. Click, 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 click. Oh, it's glowing.
All right. Who? So we got Wilker Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
Maybe Marco's alias is Nux.
No,
It's Tusk.
It's Tusk.
Oh, it is
it's
Tusk.
because like one of his
singular?
tusks. Yeah, because one of his tusks got knocked out when he was younger and it never grew back in. So he's got like one singular tusk. It makes him look goofy and people make fun of him for it, but he like sets him straight.
Nice. Do you have a last name or just a
Just
first?
Marco. Yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
have a last name.
Yeah. What do you look like then?
He is huge and he doesn't have. They say chiseled on here as a list of attributes. I'm like, nah, he's not chiseled. He doesn't work on his glamour muscles. He's just got all those work muscles. So he's huge, but he's solid.
Beefy, yeah.
He's solid. And I'm not sure what he wears. Probably like a cool leather jacket.
What are those
I didn't
cool...
really think too much about what he wears. Sheesh.
I'm going to clearly have to wear my my gaming vest every time I come and play that.
Like you needed an
Do you have
excuse.
do you have like a cap or anything like that?
Cap.
Yeah, you have a leather
Like a flat
jacket.
cap, like a flat cap.
Yeah, more like a
Yeah.
flat cap. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like a flat cap with it go with my jacket.
Yeah. And do you have like really solid boots?
Yeah, sure.
They're like not holy. It's just like
Steel toe
Oh,
boots.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
Hobnailed steel toe boots.
Yeah, there you go.
What does hobnailed mean?
They like to have the metal cap on them with the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are my kicking boots.
He's got like bandaged up hands or whatever, like
Yeah.
like boxers,
Right.
you know?
hmm
Yeah,
Does he have any scars, or is it
yeah. His
like pretty much
he's
glancing
probably got
below
like
on
he's
his?
got like some scars and here and there, just like little nicks. Nothing like too severe. Not like he's been stabbed or
Right.
whatever. Well, he probably been cut,
But nothing.
nothing too drastic.
yeah.
Yeah, just from skirmishes and stuff like that.
Yep.
And his hands were like incredibly calloused
Yeah.
or whatever, and his knuckle areas especially, etc.
What a big boy.
Big boy.
I can go. You know what D&D goblins kind of look like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a little bit more wiry than I don't know. Whatever. He's a little bit more wiry. He also stands straight. Like it's not like, most depictions are like most goblins are kind of like hunched a little bit, like they're kind of crouched like this. He stands very straight. And he's wearing like hide pants, grayish. I don't know where he made them. I can figure out
There's lots of things with
lots
gray hide.
of things with gray hides. So gray hide leather pants, and then just like a regular ass shirt, linen shirt.
Okay.
It's been winter, so he's been wearing fur cloak. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like. What I'm imagining is like on his arms, there's several deep lash scars from when he's like when he was first starting hunting and stuff when he was younger.
Didn't wear a guard.
Didn't wear a guard, and then got like you, John, when you tried to go hunting that one time, when you were stringing the bow. And
I didn't even go hunting. I just drive fired a bow in the garage.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dumbass.
Oh man. Oh.
And then also marks from like animal scratches and stuff over the years. He does have tattoos, black. Like most tribal goblins have tattoos. Here in Mauxferry, since it's a more of like a metropolitan, they have their own kind of style of tattoos that they do, and it's black. His hands actually look very stained from a lot of tanning of hides and stuff. And then he does have a physical, his ears, it's kind of like a tick. So you'll notice every once in a while when like a ear flip 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, depending on like situations. He can control it if he wants to, but when he's not really paying attention.
Yeah.
So no last name?
No last name.
And what's your alias?
I don't have an alias yet. I don't
GG.
know. No, not GG.
GG.
Camlin Goblin.
Just to come back to that, at least for next.
I had V, just V. Just going by that.
What is your real name?
Vez.
Vez.
I don't know.
You can think about it. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Nux or Iora?
CV.
Iora is, and we may have to play with this a little bit because I noticed under items, one of the things that I get access to is a cover identity.
Yeah.
And with Iora's whole androgynous kind of thing, he probably has a male and female persona.
Sure.
And I don't think that nickname would probably follow both ways.
Okay.
Or alias, I should say.
Right.
Because it would stand to reason that some people know Iora as male, some people know Iora as female, and they probably don't realize they're talking to the same person.
So they have maybe like they have a male and female name and alias?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking.
Or could you just do something one?
Iora is the name.
Okay.
There's probably a male alias and a female.
Intentional aliases.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And so I'm not quite sure how all that's going to shake out. I don't know. Either way, Iora dresses well. Maybe a little ostentatious. I think one of the aliases, and I don't know which one, and I'm open to conversation, is probably going to be Snake. Because he's always wearing snakeskin in some form or fashion.
Okay.
Whether that's a snakeskin skirt or whether that's snakeskin boots or a snakeskin like cape kind of thing. I don't know. And it's just kind of a distinctive dress. But I don't know which way that goes or which way that makes more sense. I don't know.
Depends on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I if I'm going to have that cover identity, which makes perfect sense for this character, I probably need a second alias and a second kind of.
Viper?
Viper.
Instead of Snake?
Yeah, Viper's good.
Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth.
For the alias?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Viper and what's the other?
Viper and I don't know.
Is Viper the masculine?
I don't know. Sure, I'll say yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know about the female. I will figure this out.
Okay. And do you have a last name?
I imagine being a half elf. Iora's a bastard, or whatever the female version of bastard is.
I don't know. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a thing because females don't really, but probably not given a last name, especially if his father was elven, didn't want to pass that bloodline or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to say no.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and
I'll keep working.
All right. And Nux.
Nux is what he said.
Nux.
I've been trying to think of an alias. So
It's hard.
the alias is like,
Nux is your alias.
Nux is your alias.
You think Nux is my alias?
It sounds like an alias. I don't know.
Can your name be Nux and your alias Knuckles? like for whatever reason.
Knuckleson.
When you say Nux, Nux, in my head, I think of from Mad Max, one of the war boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
He's a cool character though.
Your name is
I like
Toast
Nux.
Boy. I don't know.
my name is Toast Boy. So the alias is that supposed to separate the character from their criminal side and their normal?
Kinda, yeah. So when you're in the scene, it depends. Like I've heard it played both ways, where people don't even use their alias. So it's up to you guys as you play.
I feel like Nux probably doesn't use an alias a lot.
This Nux.
Hey, Nux.
Okay.
Nugget.
Nugget.
Is that your alias Nugget?
I don't like Nugget, but it's a little ridiculous.
Nux is a little ridiculous.
Is it?
I mean, not as a name, as a character concept. I mean, in a
Why?
good way. Ridiculous in a good way.
He's a bugbear
Yeah, he's a bugbear who's in love with a half-elf prostitute.
named Matilda.
That's a kind of a ridiculous concept. I like it.
Nugget.
There's a lot of storytelling there.
Your name's Nux, and then she calls you Nugget.
No, she calls him Teddy.
Teddy.
Teddy, hardcore Teddy. Yeah.
Hardcore Teddy.
Hardcore Teddy.
Jeez.
Yes.
Oh my.
Didn't mean it
Lord.
like that. I meant she.
No, it is like that.
Okay, whatever. I'll think about the alias if I don't really see him using one, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
You tell you what he looks like?
Yes.
Okay, I think Nux is probably big. Like bugbears are big. Like
Yeah.
I think they're definitely like orc, if not a little bigger. Like they're pushing large is what I always
Yeah, that's
imagined
me
him
too.
as.
Yeah.
So he's probably 8 feet tall. He's just like a slab of meat. Like no defined muscles necessarily, but like
You're solid.
is solid. Like
Is Nux and Marco the same size? Is Marco bigger? What's the story? Because you have huge and big.
I think that physically Nux is bigger, but I was going to get to that. The
Okay.
way he carries himself is not.
He's slouchy.
He does not carry himself like
Right.
he's 8 feet tall.
Right.
He doesn't have like. I imagine when Marco enters a room, like you can tell he's there.
Yeah.
Like he's got that. Tell me if I'm wrong. He's got like a presence.
Yeah, well, I kind of figure that's where his command comes from.
Yeah, like
in this, so he's kind of got a.
he is a presence in any room he is in. Nux, despite his mass, when he enters a room, he fades.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm
not
just
that he
over here.
disappears.
You're right.
It's just like he's a wallflower.
Yep.
You don't notice him. And so he just carries himself very quietly. You don't hear him walk. You don't hear him shuffle or move. He's just there. If you're lucky, you'll hear him breathe.
He's just like a refrigerator in a room.
Pretty much. like if he goes into like a crowded room, he's huge. And
Right.
but people move around him the same way they would move around a wall.
Or a refrigerator.
Like right.
Yes.
Like people don't, the way he carries himself, you don't look
Yeah.
at him. You just
Yeah.
move around him.
Like your mind slides off.
What does he wear?
Not a thing.
He definitely doesn't wear shoes.
What does he?
Like straight up, no shoes.
Oh, okay.
Never.
No shoes ever. Dang.
He's got big taloned feet that he just kind of plods around on. And he thinks it makes him sneakier to not wear shoes. But
Of course.
yeah. He doesn't dress well. He doesn't know how to dress himself to look nice. He wears kind of baggy, loose-fitting clothes that after he spends some time with Matilda, she'll try and spruce him up, but it doesn't work very well.
Matilda, I'm fine how I am.
Yeah.
Stop putting shoes on my feet.
He's got a very thick, coarse layer of hair covering his entire body. So,
Harry.
Oh yeah.
what color hair? It's
Blonde. No.
it's not blonde.
Bleach blonde.
Red hair. He's a
Silky
ginger.
blonde.
Ginger.
It's like
Aw.
a super dirty blonde.
Okay.
A dirty blonde.
Like
Kind of
maybe
like silvery-ish almost. Like dirty, dark.
like if he took
Gray.
a bath, it would probably be yellow.
Oh.
Oh,
Like-
Yeah.
he's literally dirty.
He is okay.
Wow.
I don't know how Matilda. Okay, he probably wants him to take baths from time to time.
He does.
I mean, there's probably he's probably not far. He's probably cleaner than most of her
I don't know why.
clientele.
Yeah.
Would you take?
And don't forget the power of money. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
It's love.
That's what he thinks.
That's
Oh my god.
It is
I'm
love.
getting all sorts of like Sin City vibes off of this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, like
Like
with Marv
Blondie,
or whatever.
Yeah.
or whatever her name was.
I need to watch
It
that
was
movie.
Blondie.
Yeah, it's Blondie
yes.
and Marv, yeah.
I was kind of imagining Marv.
Yeah,
a little bit.
good. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, maybe not like bright yellow, light, but like mustardy, definitely.
Yeah, I get it.
He's got his face. He doesn't have like scars. He fights, but he doesn't get hit a whole lot. He doesn't get in tussles that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple of his fingers are crooked from getting broken, but
Right.
his ears, there's definitely like a chunk missing out of his right ear,
Okay.
like just on the top tip. But generally he looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
He's got a mouthful of teeth, but they're not yellow. They're just they're like, okay.
Yeah.
They'd be yellow if he washed them.
Any updates on anything or no?
God damn it, I don't have a.
It's not. If it's fine, we can just move on.
I mean, I
Do
thought
it from
Skinner
next
or
time.
Twitch for Alias, but I'm not sure.
Both those are good.
Oh,
I kind of like Twitch.
I like
Okay.
Twitch.
All right.
Twitchy.
Yes,
It's because like when people when he plays games with people, they're like, "Well, who'd you play with?" It? Well, it was the goblin with that Twitch.
yeah, Twitch.
Twitchy ear.
Yeah, that's very good.
Okay. I want feedback because I don't know.
Yeah.
So Iora's male persona's Viper and wears like snakeskin.
Mm-hmm.
The female persona is the hare and she wears furs. Is that too hackneyed and dumb?
The hair?
The hair,
Yeah.
like HARE.
Yeah,
Like a rabbit.
but bunny is stupid. So
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
the white rabbit.
If it was like the hair as an HAIR.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
dumb.
that's exactly. It's like I was like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
or
Yeah.
HEIR, which no.
Oh shit! I'm gonna be your
What's
best
a-
friend with furs, man.
Is there any
That's right.
Viper and the hair? Okay, so that's okay.
But I mean, is that dumb because the Viper eats the hair and
No.
subsumes that? I don't
You
know.
could call her.
It's Ouroboros,
You could call her
man.
ferret.
Just own it. You know?
Minx.
Just like this is what it is, man. And if you can't deal with it, get out, right?
That's
What's,
right.
I think it's pretty cool.
You could call her chinchilla.
I was thinking chinchilla, but that's a long name to say.
That is, yeah.
In the
Yeah.
middle of a mission.
Chinchilla!
Hey, chinchilla.
Someone's calling me.
Sable, maybe.
Sable was good. I was going to say mink.
Ooh.
Mink
Yeah,
was my
mink.
next one.
Mhm.
There you go.
Ooh, I like Sable.
Great.
I like Sable. Sable
You
is
like
nice.
Sable better?
Yeah.
All right,
I feel good about Sable.
All right.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on Nux's alias?
I-
I don't even feel like I don't know.
I like Fridge. No,
That is
I mean, because like I think Alias is kind of like something what people look at your
Yeah.
character,
What-
characterize you, and everything.
What's like a stranger looks at Nux and like, what's like the mean nickname that you come up with?
Matt.
Like Rug.
Like doormat. I was
Or like-
thinking or matted hair.
or like do you
also.
like what would I call you as your
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
Gerlach call him.
dead
Oh,
man?
wow, yeah. But-
or yeah. If Vex is related to Nux? Yeah, is there any kind of familia? Kind of
Like, what do you mean?
like.
What's our bond?
Yeah, what? No,
Like-
more of like we're family. So I usually call you by this instead of Nux. Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Tiny.
Fuzzy.
Because he's big, but he always
yeah.
tries to be
Fua,
little.
fua.
Fua.
That's fluffy.
Fua.
Yeah, Japan.
He doesn't try to be little. He is little.
Right. You see?
Tiny.
He's the smallest
Tiny.
8 foot tall
Tiny.
creature you're ever going to see.
We gotta like think of a story of like what happened in our youth.
Or something tiny.
Yeah.
Like mouse.
I don't mind Mouse.
Because he's always
Are
scurrying
you timid?
around.
Are you
and he's-
timid? Or are you angry? Or like, what's your?
He's
What's,
a wallflower, so I'm assuming timid a lot, right?
In social situations, definitely. But in like, I don't know. I never imagined him as like a scaredy cat in a heist, for example.
okay, so you're socially anxious bugbear.
Yeah.
How about
Okay.
a weasel?
Yeah, or
Badger.
Badgers
are
fight.
What's
fierce.
another sneaky?
Raccoon.
Raccoon's too long, and
No.
the shortening won't work.
Yeah, no, that would be bad.
That's bad. Let's not. Yeah.
I was
A
thinking.
snipe.
I was thinking of.
Snipe.
They don't exist.
I was thinking of sneaky animals.
What about possum?
Rat.
That'll get in trouble.
Ferret?
Quiet like a mouse.
I don't know.
He is a man of few words.
Okay.
I would think.
Can we just call you Brick?
You can call me whatever you want.
I kind of like possum, actually.
I'm looking at the.
Like fuzzy, like a possum, and whatever.
It makes him seem really down home.
And I don't know, possums are kind of like really socially awkward and everything.
Nobody wants to talk to them.
They hiss or they fall over.
Once they notice you, they're like, ah!
Possum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm eating this trash.
Are you? I think possum's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That could be. You can even have it as a placeholder for now if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change it by next time.
Oh.
I wrote you down for possum for right now.
All right.
Or we can change it as we get to know you.
Yeah, I had a thought as we if we skipped the aliases and waited a couple play sessions till it just played out.
Yeah.
that would be kind of a fun way to do it.
Speaking of though, it's like also you guys are we need to make the crew now, and you guys are tier 0, but you already have a strong reputation, so you've been around a little bit.
Okay.
You've done some stuff. So yeah, you don't have to do the aliases or follow those aliases, but it is now established that you guys have worked together for a few stints.
Yeah.
And so now the last thing for tonight is to create the crew.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to come up with our gear tonight, do we?
No. The gear is in real time as you play. A lot of this stuff now, when we actually play, you say, I have it.
Okay.
And we'll get to that when we do that next time. That's another one of those cool things of like, you have these abilities, you just have these things. You got
It
it.
makes sense for your character
Right.
to have
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I have it?
Exactly. I think it's another really cool thing. It's just like, yeah, I got it.
Well, I saw the load on there, so I wasn't really
Right.
sure.
So that's pretty much saying how many times you go, yeah, I got it for the score.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so these items don't mean anything?
So when you go into a score, you say what your loadout is going to be, if it's light, medium, or heavy, and that's how many item slots you have. So during the score, when you say, yeah, I got this thing, it takes so many points to say, yeah, I got that thing.
And that, depending on your load, is your speed, I saw. Is that right?
It's speed and like fictional positioning. And people, if you have a heavy load, people can tell you're out to do something. Compared to if you have a light load, everyone's just like, oh, you just look like a regular person. In a medium, it's like you have something going on.
You look like you're
probably.
prepared for something.
Yeah, you're prepared for something. Compared to heavy, it's just like, what? Why do you have all this stuff on you?
Right.
I think I always go out heavy.
You
Oh,
always causing suspicion. Okay.
Yeah,
and half that stuff is totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just duplicates of other things you
But
can.
like when you try to run away, it's like, oh
Chink,
man,
chink, chink,
yeah,
chink, chink,
that's
chink,
the
chink.
problem.
light is you're walking casually. Medium is when you got a pulley with you. Then heavy is why are you carrying a piano down the street?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you carrying?
Why are you carting around? Why is that Minotaur carrying a cart full?
Why does he have a bandolier of tools and 2 large canvas bags?
Exactly.
That he's walking down
Why
the
is he
street?
pulling a steam engine?
Boy, that man sure is walking really stiffly and seems very skinny. Excuse me, ma'am. Is everything all right? This is just my sick cousin. Don't come around. Walking skeletons.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now you guys have to make the crew, and this is like your own. The crew is pretty much a character you all pretty much create because it can potentially live beyond.
It's a brand.
Yeah, it is literally your brand and legacy.
Yeah.
So there are different crew types. I don't know if you printed out crews, but I printed out here.
Pass them around.
This, so I'll read to you the short synopsis. You share a crew type.
Oh, gotcha.
This is all agreed upon. So I'm going to read the crew types for you guys. Bravos, mercenaries, and thugs. They execute battles, extortion, sabotage, and smash and grabs. Cult, acolytes of a forgotten god. They execute artifact acquisitions, auguries, consecrations, and sacrifices. Hawkers, vice dealers, they execute product procurement, covert sales, shows of force, and social events. Shadows, thieves and spies, they execute burglaries, espionage, robberies, and sabotage. Smugglers, contraband transporters, they execute clandestine deliveries, territory control, and expeditions outside the city. Smugglers.
No, don't. Smugglers don't.
So,
honestly, the one with us, the burglary and stuff, sounds like
the shadows, thieves and spies. They execute burglaries, espionage, robberies, and sabotage.
I mean, I'm liking sabotage already.
Hell yeah! Okay, I got the shadows.
Does everyone agree on that?
I can live with it.
Sure.
Does there anybody have anything else they want to do? I guess
I like the sound of the Hawkers.
White?
It probably comes into my character a little more, but we're a varied group, so finding something that we can all touch on is probably important.
And there's use for every type and every kind of in the crew.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
So, yeah.
Let me see what the differences are.
Burglaries.
I don't know what my character would do in a Hawker group.
Unless we were
honestly,
they're vice dealers, they execute product procurement, covert
Sell
sales, shows of
explosives?
force, and social events.
I mean, Dave, it wouldn't be as far of a stretch where your character, since it's like selling information.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, for sure,
And
for
social
sure.
events and all
I
that kind
yep.
of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the espionage part of it seems something that Iora can get into.
And I can steal stuff for you.
The planning and the burglary and
I steal
finding
stuff.
the blueprints for the warehouse and that kind of stuff is absolutely
Or knowing when someone's going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yep. Or knowing that someone's hooked on Thaco and
Has a
getting
problem.
them enough supply that they're going to be out of the picture for a few days, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so sounds like shadows.
Shadows.
All right, the next thing is you have to choose an initial reputation and layer. So these are the examples of reputations. You don't necessarily have to go with them. Ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, subtle, and strange. You don't have to use those, but those are the ones.
I like
that
strange.
Are you looking at the
I
list?
like
Dave?
strange too,
Wait, why?
because we are an odd group.
We're odd, and like also I want there to be some sort of like mystery to us. Brutal just means we're tough, and we got a reputation of being like that and killers, and I don't really think that. I like the idea of us being like we don't do the obvious ways of things, and the methods of how the thieveries and stuff happens is very weird, and things get left behind or things get messed up in ways that are just like that's weird.
Where did you find that list, Josh?
93.
You see what I mean? Like
93. Okay.
But I haven't written. I'm not going to write anything down till everybody has their say.
It doesn't really give a whole lot of.
This is more like as you said. This is more like flavor. Like this, everyone thinks we're kind of a weird crew. We do things oddly, but we get it done. Or brutal will be like they come in and they just fuck shit up to get things done.
Yeah,
or ambitious is like they really go out of their. They really shouldn't be doing that, but somehow they do it. But some daring is going against the odds. Honorable is like
an honorable thief.
Yeah, exactly. Professional.
I leave a rose and I make the bed before I go.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And subtle,
Leave a mint on
savvy,
the pillow.
professional.
You make the bed 6 times before you.
And then I leave a mint. But then it's not in the right spot, so I pick it up and put it down again.
Calling cards the mint.
And then you're 5 blocks down the street. Did I leave the mint? I better go check.
I better go check the mint.
Twitch.
Yes. So.
Yeah, my only question was that sometimes it seems like in the rule book, strange connotates like ghostly,
mystical. Yeah.
And that could be true as well. This could involve ghosts,
which I
or
don't
other
think
weird
we're
shit.
necessarily leaning that way as a group.
No.
We haven't talked much about that.
I could definitely see that if you take Blaze of the Dark standalone as itself, it probably would imply, that weird ghost stuff.
Well,
I was leaning more towards savvy, but
I personally don't think I'm a savvy.
We're not savvy. I don't care what our reputation is.
Well, I mean, cool. It's like it makes it seem like we're like we know how to do like we're street smart and street wise. Are we?
Some of us are.
Those eyebrows.
I like to walk down the street.
Ching 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 ching.
I mean, daring. I like the sound of that. In that, like Josh said, when we punch up, we get more. That could make sense. But I don't know. I mean,
if we did strange, we wouldn't have to do the mystical
No, because it's kind of open. We could be whatever. I mean,
We could just be weird.
Yeah, I mean, instead of strange, we could be kooky or unconventional or whatever.
I guess my character would be streetwise because I know in the role in some things like our backgrounds actually play a part in the game because since we're like putting our fictional stuff. I mean, I'm sort of street savvy.
I was thinking strange in the sense that when people have a really odd or unusual job, that's the sort of thing we do.
Oh yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you just I need you guys to go climb up to the second floor and crack the safe and carry out the coins. You can get somebody to that.
Yeah.
That's
You,
us.
you need somebody to go in and
Separate the soul from the cat that's
Yeah.
guarding.
Yeah,
his-
whatever.
You need
I
us
don't
to
know.
break into the zoo and massage a tiger's prostate.
No.
You're up, Twitch.
I can invent something for that, I think. Hey, yeah, it's doable. Let me get to work on that.
Yeah, so can we say like
Gonna fucking
unconventional
kill you.
or
So, yeah,
eccentric?
Yeah, so we don't.
I like
you
it.
could go unconventional or eccentric or stuff like that.
Okay.
Eccentric.
I like
is
strange better as that.
Yeah, so we don't even
then-
use the word strange. We can use one of those other words instead.
eccentric. Yeah.
Eccentric?
Yeah,
I like
eccentric.
eccentric. What do you think, Amber?
Amber?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm
Brother
writing it
John?
down.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Brother John don't care.
I don't know how to spell it.
So-
ECCENTRIC.
Yeah.
I'm just like I feel like Marco's position in all this since he's got like a more like he just wants to take care of his family kind of thing. It doesn't matter what job he takes on. So
Right.
whatever you guys somehow promised him wealth and
He's in,
whatever,
yeah.
he's in. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm kind of
in.
the same way. Whatever
Kind
pays
of
the
like,
bills, man.
Mike from Breaking Bad.
It
you know?
sounds like you're kind
family.
of rooting for baseball furies.
Baseball Fury.
When the guys with the clubs and the swords come after us, if you could stand between me and them while I put together my little toy, I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I like Mike from Breaking Bad. That's a good character analogy.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to take care of his people.
But he keeps getting roped back into doing terrible
yep.
things. Yeah.
So the next thing is you need to establish a lair.
A layer.
So
I think we
Like
should have a
onion?
houseboat in Boat Town.
so like these are just examples.
Boat
and
sink.
yet it's like a half-sunken grotto, an abandoned watchtower, unassuming black rooms, small abandoned house, rickety tin roof shack, junked rail car. But like it could be anything, pretty much almost anywhere. But
Mansion full of riches.
within
Someplace that has a golden worm.
Yep. Interdimensional thieves guild with a golden worm.
I guess we don't have to gamble or anything if we find the golden worm. Done.
Yeah.
maybe that's where it went. I don't know.
I saw that in the discussion they were having during. I didn't see. I was listening at the time. They were talking about how your lair has qualities of some sort when you first make it.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean-
you'll have a special ability crew upgrades.
It's empty.
Well, it sounds
to it.
like, I mean, with the exception of my character,
Chris gave me the last of
it sounds like we could probably get along with somewhere fairly dingy. Like,
Could be-
as an example, like an abandoned,
It has a big basement.
office cube squared off thing in an abandoned storm cellar kind of, or a storm sewer kind of thing.
I think it would make more sense for you to be the one who would have found us a lair to begin with, because you would have had the knowledge of where things are.
Yeah. Someone who had this property owed me big time
Yeah.
and couldn't pay.
What if it's
and,
like a rundown theater?
Ooh, I love that.
Oh, real good.
yeah,
I love that.
I like it.
Yes.
Run.
I don't know how we're gonna get to our bakery from there. Amber super wants a bakery. Super wants a bakery.
That was before I became a gambling addicted, mahjong addicted goblin. Now I just want to play mahjong.
So for hunting ground,
Maybe your nickname is Mahjong.
No. It would have been like the Green Dragon, but that's a tile. But
Yeah.
I was going to say, what if your nickname's Tiles?
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh,
No, that's
now
dope.
Twitch is good still. So the next thing is, so you guys are in an abandoned theater then?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So the next thing is you need to establish your hunting ground. So this will be, so I view more of hunting grounds being the districts, like district squares that I had in the map versus they're just talking about blocks. And so we're going to have to define pretty much, there's always overlaps of your territory or your hunting grounds with other factions. And we'll go down the list once you pretty much you can pay off people and stuff like that at the very start to gain and lose status. where do you guys want to be in Mauxferry? Do you want to be straight in the theater district? Do you want to be somewhere else? What?
How central is the theater district?
In the south.
Not really.
If you look at the map, that was, or if someone can bring that stuff up. Sorry, we're almost done too.
That's midnight. Woohoo! It's fun when you're making characters. It's my favorite part of the game.
It really is at the bottom end.
It surrounds wealthy, which is good.
Resident.
Residents in district,
Guild
nobles
house?
district.
Here's the map for.
Okay.
There's some good stuff around it. Even though it's not centrally located, there's some good shit
I
around
feel
there.
like theater would make the most sense because I don't see a lot of theaters being in the not theater district.
Right.
I
Maybe
like
other
it because
places.
it's near the market. I
Yeah.
like it that it's near the wealthy and the finance and the nobles. And
It's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Real talk.
Yeah, because this is where the market district came in.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's
There's a lot.
and
There's a
it's-
lot of money.
it's kind of close to Matilda in the red light district.
Yes. Yeah. You're,
So yeah, I'm down.
There's a lot of good stuff in that corner of the map.
Is the hideout where we live or just do our stuff?
just do our stuff, I think.
Yeah.
It's just because everyone in theory has their own regular homes, but yeah, when you come together as a crew or to plan and stuff like that, or to meet some of your cohorts, they'll be in the lair. And depending on, we're about to get to it soon about how you level your crew stuff. There's more stuff to branch out to.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write this stuff down.
Make more random hand motions.
I know it's really good for radio. All right, I'm just going to read this straight because. All right, the blah 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 blah.
Read that straight.
All right.
I'm just going to read this.
I know.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the entire cities of the GM will tell you which faction claims the area. Then you decide how you deal with them. Pay them off. Give them 1 coin.
We wreck their stuff.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm wrong. Your crew is brand new, but you have chosen some small part of a district as your hunting ground. So your hunting ground and your lair don't have to be in the same area. So your abandoned theater can be in the theater's district, but your hunting ground, this is the area that you usually target for your scores, and you know it well. Your hunting grounds don't have to be in the same district as your lair. The area is small, 3 or 4 city blocks, but it's still an intrusion on someone. The entire city is divided among larger, stronger factions. The GM will tell you which faction claims the area when you... So, I guess, is your lair is in the theater district. Is your hunting grounds the same district?
I want to be in the market. I think the
district.
hunting grounds.
market?
Yeah.
Okay.
Corner of the market.
What do you think?
We could get into wealthy or noble or finance.
I feel like noble is too much heat.
Our hideouts in the
Yeah,
theater
there's going to be a
district.
lot of heat down there.
All right, yeah.
I feel
The
like
town guard is going to have a huge presence.
And where, the market or the nobles?
The nobles, finance, wealthy, that stuff.
Yeah.
the
I think the market would have some presence, but not like a whole lot, because there's like, that's being run by the national, what was
the
the
friendly trade association.
Yeah, something like that.
Amber.
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
On your cruise sheet, you start as a tier 0,
Okay.
stronghold, and 0 rep.
So do what? Okay,
It's,
strong.
Yeah. And you start with 2 coin.
Where do I even write coin down at?
As a crew.
As a crew.
Okay.
We're going to spend that shit right away anyway. So
Let's see. Who is the faction that would overlap with you in the market district?
Definitely the Friendly Service League.
Yes.
Yes.
Friendly
So,
Service League.
do you pay them off? Give them 1 coin in exchange for giving you room to work? Do you pay the faction 2 coin as a show of respect and gain +1 status with them? Or do you keep your money and take -1 status with the faction?
We give a fuck?
Do I give a fuck?
What
Do
were
we
the
really
options?
give a fuck?
What were the options again?
Give them 1 coin and they give you room to work. Give them 2 coin and you gain their respect and +1 status.
I guess the
or
question
keep
is,
your money and get -1 status.
it is hard for me to gauge what else can we do with that coin.
there's about 4 more things that come up that it's like, oh, you could pay the money or you could just eat a dick.
There's nothing we can do with that coin.
And
There's
but,
other stuff to do with that coin. I just don't know.
but
Yeah,
because I don't remember. But
Like,
there's
can we
other-
buy
there's
upgrades with
other-
that coin?
Can we
No.
go through?
I'm pretty sure we
I
can.
want to establish real quick that when I talked about everybody having a stash, don't you have to divvy up the coins between each other too eventually?
Assign crew upgrades is when you can spend coin as well. So there's other times to spend coin.
Yeah,
So
but
they
everyone
can
has
suck-
their own
they can
individual
suck it.
stash too, right?
Yes, but the crew has coin as well.
Right.
So they can suck it.
Okay.
So
Can we-
if you drain the crew of the coin and you're like, shit, I need coin. In theory, people could put coin back into the crew.
All right.
But you don't really want to do that.
And can we listen to the other option?
Yeah, we'll come back to what you do with the faction in a little bit. But yeah, make your, I believe there's somewhere to put in there that you're overlapping with the Friendly Service League on that layout. All right, we'll come back to figure out if you have, what kind of stats you have with them.
Okay.
All right, the next thing is choose a special ability. Take a look at the special abilities for your crew and choose one. If you can't decide which one to pick, go with the first one on the list. It's placed there as a good default choice.
All right, special abilities for shadows. Everyone steals. Each PC may add +1 action rating to prowl, finesse, or tinker, up to a max rating of 3.
Oh.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Ghost echoes. From weird experience or occult ritual, all crew members gain the ability to see and interact with the ghostly structures, streets, and objects within the echo of
Mauxferry.
Yeah, echo of Mauxferry that exists in the ghost field.
Fuck that.
Pack rats. Your lair is a jumble of stolen items. When you roll to acquire an asset, take 1d.
What did the gnome say?
Yeah, I like that one.
Patron. When you advance your tier, it costs half the coin it normally would. Who is your patron? Why do they help you? Second story. When you execute a clandestine infiltration, you get +1d to the engagement roll.
Engagement roll is how you position yourself at the start of the heist.
Slippery. When you roll entanglements, roll twice and keep the one you want. When you reduce heat on the crew, take +1d.
Entanglements is when things go wrong during the off time. So an example of entanglement is when you overdose. Bad things happen.
Synchronized. When you perform a group action, you may count multiple 6s from different rolls as a critical success.
Synchronize is a thing you use during the score to like pretty much chain actions together amongst the crew.
Is everyone...
That sounds like that could be cool, but I don't know.
I like the first
Yeah,
one.
the first one is, as they said in the book, is usually a good place to start, and that sounds dope.
Yeah. Each PC may add +1 action rating to prowl, finesse, or tinker.
That's fucking awesome.
I like the sound of that a lot.
And you can go above 2.
Yeah, you can get to 3. It's like everyone gets a free level.
3 prowl, bitches.
I don't have any of those, so I guess it'll help a little.
That'll help with resist.
Yeah, I can choose prowl because at least that will get me.
Yeah, you'll get
well
one.
finesse.
Because if you have 0,
Prowl, finesse, or tinker.
if you have 0 in a action macro,
Right.
you roll at disadvantage.
Right. So at least it will help with that.
Yeah, that sounds. Is that what you guys going with? All right, fill in the bubble, and everyone take a point in one of those 3. That's a really good special ability.
I'm tinkering the shit.
I feel like that's one. There's one like that for every kind of group.
Yeah.
No, not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I agree.
Prowl.
I'm trying to figure out which one makes any sense here.
You want sleight of hand?
How about finesse?
I mean,
Oh, is there a finesse to that?
There's prowl, finesse, or tinker.
Oh, cool. I'll put it in finesse then.
Yeah. Prowl, finesse.
it's like stealing sleight of hand kind of stuff.
All right, cool. I'll be the most badass prowess resistance ever. Got 4 in my prowess.
Oh wow, yeah. There's a lot of opportunity to spend coin in the next thing we do. Oh,
Yeah, that's
Jesus
what I thought.
Christ. This is gonna be hard for you guys. You're gonna get
All right.
fucked by something.
All right, I want to tell those guys they can't have our coins and they can just fuck off.
Well, we'll talk about this next thing, and then
Okay.
you can figure out
What we want
which ways to go. Yeah,
They can suck a chode.
someone's going to, regardless. It's just a matter of who.
How much chode and who?
Yeah, they spice it up quick.
This is spicy meatball.
Chris, do I want prowl or finesse?
Probably finesse.
All right.
Finesse. You can do cool.
Yeah, if you're like a
hands.
facey kind of person, you gotta.
All right.
Just make your gesticulating
You're probably
amazing.
not sneaking and climbing and running
Yeah.
and jumping over.
Yeah, but like when you want to steal that file off of the desk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the signet ring.
Oh, my lady, what a beautiful hand. Take the rings off.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Here's the second thing that will figure out the fuckery. All right. Assign crew upgrades. An upgrade is a valuable asset that helps the crew in some way, like a boat or a gang. See the complete description in the following page. Each crew type has 2 pre-selected upgrades, which are
Hidden and prowess.
hidden layer.
Lair says hidden.
Yeah. Your lair has a secret location and it's disguised to hide it from view. If your lair is discovered, use 2 downtime activities and pay coin equal to your tier to relocate it and hide it once again. So in general, it's hard to find a place. And what was the other one?
The training is prowess.
If you have a training upgrade, you earn 2 XP instead of 1 when you train a given XP track during downtime. So if you train a prowess thing, you get 2 XP instead of 1 during your downtime. This upgrade essentially helps you to advance more quickly. So those are the 2 you automatically get. You get to choose. Okay, and then here we go. You get to add 2 additional upgrades to your new crew. So you'll have 4 total. You can choose from the specific upgrades available to your crew type or the general upgrades on the crew sheet. When you assign your 2 upgrades, the GM will tell you about 2 factions you impacted by your choices. One faction helped you get an upgrade. They like you, and you get a +1 status with them. At your option, spend 1 coin to repay their kindness and get +2 status with them instead. One faction was screwed over when you got an upgrade. They don't like you, and you get -2 status with them. At your option, spend 1 coin to modify them and take a -1 status with them instead. So there are your 3 options for spending coin if you want to do it at all.
Help a reputation. Screw over a reputation.
Yeah. Perhaps we should figure out your upgrades and the factions, and then we can...
Yeah.
So what is our upgrades? This says in layer, training, quality, and cohorts? Or there's no cohorts. Sorry. Just layer, quality, and training.
So a quality. Each upgrade improves the quality rating for all of your PC's items of that type, beyond the quality established by the crew's tier and fine items. You can improve the quality of documents, gear, arcane implements, subterfuge supplies, tools, and weapons. So if you're a tier 0 with fine lockpicks +1 and the quality upgrade for gear +1, you could contend equally with a tier 2 quality lock. So pretty much you're saying we're going to have a quality of this kind, so you get a +1 against quality check stuff. So pretty much you get better things.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff on here as well, such as a carriage house, a boat house, a cohort, a hidden layer, which you have mastery, quarters, secure layer, more training, a vault, and a workshop.
I like the workshop.
What's workshop do?
Your lair has a workshop appointed with tools for tinkering and alchemy, as well as a small library of books, documents, and maps. You may accomplish long-term projects with these assets without leaving your lair.
Workshop, definitely.
That sounds cool.
Here I see underground maps and passkeys. You have easy passage through the underground tunnels,
I don't think
canals,
it's
and basements of the city.
I don't think it's a layer upgrade. I think it's a team
It's
upgrade.
a crew upgrade. Yes, you're right.
I looked at that too. I thought, wow, that seems awesome.
Yeah.
So
It's that's applicable, though, right?
Yeah, because we just talked about the starting upgrades were prowess and hidden layer.
So you can choose those as well. So here are shadow-specific stuff. Thief rigging. You get 2 free load worth of tool or gear items. For example, you could carry burglary gear and tinkering tools for 0 load.
that's pretty dope.
Underground maps and passkeys. You have easy passage through the underground canals, tunnels, and basements of the city. Elite rooks. All your cohorts with the rook type get +1D to quality rolls for rook-related actions. Elite skulks. All of your cohorts with skulk types get +1D to quality rolls for skulk-related actions. Steady. Each PC has +1. Whoa. Each PC gets +1 stress box. This costs 3 upgrades. Oh, I was going to say that's fucking awesome.
So I think I like workshop and I like the underground maps and stuff.
I for sure like the underground maps.
I am tempted by the free load.
How do we get another upgrade? We get 2 for
You
free.
have to.
What do we have to do?
You have to level up your crew.
There's no negative we can take.
How many times can we level up our crew?
A lot, but it takes time.
There's nobody
You
we
have to
can
build rep.
There's nobody we can screw over now to get one.
Nope.
Can we kill some rats or something?
And we can't buy them with the coin if we don't pay anybody off.
Nope.
So we have workshop and underground maps and tunnels.
Well, I mean,
Be friggin'.
I think that seems reasonable.
the free load sounded good to Chris. So,
But
I mean, I like it too.
I'll be okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that's hard to anticipate.
Well, I imagine that my guy will want to travel light because he's conspicuous enough as is.
Mm-hmm.
But so that sounded good to me because that's like free armor.
Yeah.
Yes, it could be free armor, it could be anything. So yeah, like pretty much it turns.
But it's 2 for the crew, not 2 each, right?
No, it's
no,
2
you
each.
get 2 free load worth of tool or gear.
Everybody gets.
I would vote solidly for underground maps and pass.
And I like workshop too, it's fine.
So the free
because the
free.
so the
loads,
thief rigging is every person, not for the crew. So that's 10 extra load that we can take somewhere.
Yes.
2 per person.
Right.
Yeah, so pretty much your light load becomes a normal load. Your normal load exceeds a heavy load, and your heavy load would be crazy.
That means we just have like sweet like harnesses underneath our clothes.
Exactly.
I like it.
Me too.
What is the
I
benefit?
mean, I'm not going to use a workshop, but I understand why John's character.
There's no benefit
super
for
being into
underground maps and keys right now, other than narratively. I think it'd help us navigate the city. But
Pretty much.
I think if you do, I think it's like the trade-off. Like if you did thief rigging, you can walk around without worrying. If you were doing underground maps and you could travel underground, you wouldn't have to worry about being inconspicuous or not. So it's like
There's a lot of fictional positioning you could do with underground stuff of like getting away or infiltrating and stuff like that.
So I guess the question is, are we going to be playing these characters long enough and get enough that we can actually do some long-term projects? Or is that
long-term projects are, it depends on what your project is. It's all about fictional the positioning, because we can become between 4 to like 16 clocks or whatever segments. And so, and you can, on a critical, you could fill in 4 segments or something, and then you could pay coin to try again.
there are clocks.
Yes.
Everything's clocks.
Yeah, that's
Literally
what this
everything
stuff came from, isn't it? Some of it.
It's all powered by the apocalypse. So everything is literally clocks. So depending on how aggressive you are and how lucky you are, you can get through long-term projects quick.
Because like the clocks in this are like, some of them determine like our progress on our project or whatever it is we're doing. And then also there's another clock that would determine like how close we are to getting caught. And then like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like something bad happens. It could be like, okay, that clock's gone off. Now they're alerted to you. Now it sets off this other clock that starts until you're cornered or whatever.
Right.
And
So depending on how, like, it's just it's like a storytelling between us two for like long-term goals of like, I want to do this thing. It's like, okay, well, let's say you want to invent pretty much like thermite, right? And it's like, okay, let's have a 4-tick clock to just figure out the materials of like kind of research or talking with your ghost buddies or whoever. And then there's then maybe there's like an 8-tick clock for after that to figure out actually like experimenting and getting it right. So it's
how do you
12
advance
segments
a clock?
altogether.
they
How
just
you
naturally do.
How you advance the clocks in long-term things is then it's just like doing an action. You're going to roll certain skills to make that happen.
Does that happen during downtime?
During downtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then based on your rolls is how much you progress. And you have 2 downtime actions, but you can pay coin to have another or you can pay a whole bunch of coin to keep on having more downtime.
I guess the question is anybody else going to have any more fun with me tinkering than we are going to be able to have other abilities?
Pretty much anyone could utilize it is what they're implying.
Right.
Having this thing allows everyone to do a long-term action and not like fictionally expose yourself to being like, I had to go outside to do research or go get this thing, and now I fucked up and now something bad happened or whatever.
I'm okay with it. I think we've got 3 good options here, and I'm fine with any of the 2 of them.
I feel like the underground maps are a shoo-in. Does that seem fair? Does anyone disagree with that?
Well, I mean, but we're skipping other things. We could take, for example, secure lair. Your lair has locks, alarms, and traps to thwart intruders. And your lair has living quarters for the crew. These are also the upgrades we're giving up.
Right.
Well, we have hidden already. That came for free, right?
I don't
Care about a carriage. I don't care about a boat. Living quarters, I already have my own place to live. We don't have anything in this place yet that I really want to secure. Same with Vault. So whatever, like we're a new crew starting out, so it's not like we don't need these things. I think the most important thing right now for us is the workshop which allows us to do things like you said, long-term projects and get experience points eventually faster. Which
long-term projects don't give you experience.
Well,
points.
and then it helps us out to get experience,
to get things that help you.
Yes, exactly.
Items. Yeah.
That eventually will help us get
That's true.
experience.
Yeah.
Or,
So
and just throwing this out, with those 2 upgrades, we could get cohorts.
I don't. What do the cohorts even do?
They help us get jobs done.
They can come along.
There's only 5 of us, and we can't be in every place we need to be. Like,
Well, I
you
think
can have
we're-
cohorts to
So
hold
there are
down the
NPCs
base.
that help you.
I think we need to think right now, short term, getting us started. That's
Right.
really what we need to focus on right now, and then worry about the next step. When it
Okay,
comes
well,
time.
short term, I think the extra load is more.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Because like for me, underground maps and passkeys is only going to be beneficial to us if we want to be sneaky and get other places right now, right? Like,
I think
it's a way to traverse and find back doors without having to expose yourself if we're carrying heavy load. Like if I was going to go on a mission,
I mean, I think again, fictionally, it can be a lot of things.
yeah, it could.
It can give us access to things that we wouldn't normally have access to. It could give us an easy means of escape. It could give us, I mean, I can see it being very useful.
Yes.
But I think all 3 of the things we're talking about could be very useful.
Well, then
So,
I guess it's the flavor of our crew. Then, do we
Right.
want to be more of a stealthy, or do we want to be more carrying stuff out in the open? Like, I think it's a matter of stealth versus like the only reason why I think thief rigging is good narratively is that and mechanically is that we can carry more out in the open without looking conspicuous.
And
well, or we can carry more quickly too.
Right.
Okay.
You are faster, correct?
Right.
Fictionally, it's
And
very
so if
easy
we
to be
literally need to run away, a heavy load means either we're throwing shit out or we aren't going fast.
Okay, so but if we have underground maps and passkeys, if we have a heavy load and we know, oh well, that bakery has an underground thing, and I know the passkey to get into it, then I don't have to worry about running fast. I can just
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
And I see totally what you're saying, that there is. I don't think they totally cancel each other out, but I think we ought to have one or the other.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay, who wants
There's
thief rigging?
fine.
Yeah, I like thief rigging.
I like thief rigging.
Okay, then there you go.
All right, fine. We take thief rigging.
And do we want workshop?
Yeah,
I like
I think we
workshop.
already agreed on
Okay.
workshop.
Okay.
Made the gnome happy.
So
Happy gnome,
work-
happy
workshop.
We'll go the
and
long
thief
way around to
rigging.
get maps and passkeys until we can get that upgrade.
Or, you could like narratively, maybe
Right.
you could.
Yeah,
help us.
like I say, we'll go the long way around to get it.
Yeah.
If we need a secret map somewhere, we'll work to get it.
Yeah, there is a pre-phase before, or
Preface. Yeah.
there is others. More of like you can do stuff. You can have flashbacks during the score. You're like, I got this thing,
Right,
or whatever.
right.
But yeah, pretty much. You're now not able to fictionally do stuff like that without pain stress versus previously we did blah blah blah. But it's all about positioning and stuff. And you guys are smart enough to to use what you got.
Amber is.
All right. So the rigging. Who did you guys?
I think we stole that shit.
Yeah, you probably stole that shit. Should have gotten help. Who did you steal that from? Was it an Underworld?
Hidden Dagger?
Yeah, Hidden Dagger.
Underworld?
We totally fucking stole that shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. So are you going to pay coin or are you going to take a -2?
Fuck them.
I'm tempted to pay the coin.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because they're a big deal.
Are they?
The leftover.
They're the leftovers.
Didn't you hear about those guys? Didn't you hear about how they got wrecked by that one weird crew? It was just like, what, 4 or 5 guys that took out their entire guild?
Yeah, I heard stories about that.
Yeah.
They got fucked up by.
They were 2 separate guilds, and then whatever was left over got together.
They got fucked
and made
up by a
one.
cow, a rust
Yeah.
monster, a
Yeah,
pixie.
thieves.
Kind of sounds like 2.
Yeah, because they're like thieves and then assassins, but then whatever was left over.
Do we have a sense of how big a deal they are?
Okay. I'll do the tiering for the Underworld right now.
Or at least them.
It's like
I think
it's like 10 halflings on a.
Yeah, I think the Sandman are 4.
The Sandmans.
The Sandmans are
Sandmans.
4.
Hey, I thought of another underground while I was in the bathroom.
Okay. All right.
I think you should have like opium dens, like they call them the Bliss,
Oh, god damn.
like a network of drug
There you go,
dens.
yeah.
Chaser Bliss.
Like it's more the almost a little more refined than the Sandmans.
I'll say the hidden.
Sandmans are more like street drugs and like.
But if you just
corner dealing kind of stuff.
if you want a luxurious place to just get stoned,
That's really good.
I was imagining like a tie-dye shirt that said "Chase Your Bliss," but no, it's fancier than that.
Yeah.
Like it's like a magically enhanced like robe that like shifts colors, and it's like a lava lamp with mood rings or what. I don't know. Lambert has something to do with it.
I'm going to say the hidden dagger is a tier 3.
Okay.
What does that mean?
They're like
It goes from 0 to 5.
Yeah.
So they got probably
Fuck
about
'em.
a 60 person.
That's a lot of
I don't
them.
know. We'll figure it out.
What else are we going to do with this 2 coin, I guess?
Well, just ballparking.
I don't know.
Somewhere.
I'm going to
I want to be on the good side of the FSL for some reason.
Okay.
I mean, it's not
So
like
that could be 1 coin to at least square us even with.
Yeah.
It, right?
I mean, it's not
Or
like
2
they all have
coins
be
to make us happy.
experts or whatever.
yeah, I guess not knowing what the other choices are to do with this other coin.
Right. It's
These
hard.
are your choices. Pretty much, you can use coin to do stuff when you actually play,
Do we get to keep this coin we have now?
if you want to. Or you can right now, pretty much, you're positioning your standing with these other factions.
We can make our patron like us more.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever supplied us with the workshop. Or we can make the FSL and the Hidden Dagger hate us less.
Well,
Or we could throw all of our coin at the FSL and make them like us.
Well, being
I thought it's not make
No,
them
so-
like us.
No,
It's,
with the FSL, because it was it's a hunting ground area, you can pay 1 coin to be 0, 2
Okay.
coin to be +1, or pay them nothing, get a -1.
okay. Well, that's reasonable then.
So
I mean, like
I would like to... for 1 coin, I think it's worth it to be square with FSL.
I think at least 1 coin to FSL.
networking is important. You know?
Oh,
well, here's what's going through my mind. I would rather be on the neutral to plus side with larger.
I should figure out the FSL.
yeah. What if...
FSL is based on all these labor things. I feel like the Goblin Bank Confederacy is like a 4 or 5.
I would say 5 even.
Yeah.
They probably control most of the money.
I mean, Paylor is a 5.
yeah.
Paylor is a 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, but money.
So
so I'm just looking in the labor and trade area because this is kind of the gauging.
Is it rankings like, is a 5 in the labor comparable to the 5 in the institution?
Yeah, pretty.
Okay.
They are tough, big shit and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to do them all perspective in their kind of categories. But I think Bank Confederacy is probably a pretty fucking big
I think
deal.
they're a 5 personally.
There are 5.
But yeah, the Friendly Service League. So they pretty much they regulate trade, is what you're saying.
they regulate the market district.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the market district, or I felt is kind of like in general, like trade.
Market
and stuff.
district is the like headquarters of everything, where people come and stuff. But there's stuff that goes out into the market, out of the market.
Where there's food and stuff, I guess they would be, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
even
like
like concession stands out in other districts and so on and so forth. Like you got like some farmer's guy out in front of the theater district really pushing that popcorn that he's made, and he's like, and then he's like, I won't let you into the theater until you buy my popcorn.
or like
something
he's selling
like that.
styrofoam.
Oh yeah, that
like,
too. Yeah.
So would they be a 3 or a 4?
Or I'm thinking.
It's up to you, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that because I was kind of thinking it was kind of a combination of like the Board of Zoning Appeals and Plan Commission and the Chamber of Commerce all rolled into one.
So 4.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go 4.
Like
So
they decide who sets up their business and where they set it up. And
So if they're a 4, the bank is definitely higher than them.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
bank's
yeah.
5. They're
So what I was saying before all of this was like how I feel right now, since we're just starting out. I would rather be neutral to positive with the higher, more on the up and up stuff right now, until we start getting our own reputation and our own cohorts and size before we start.
I also,
Just because we can get more help from the wealthier,
Right. Or we don't have to take heat from them.
Yeah, we don't have to take from the heat from.
If we're going to take heat, it
It should be from the
little
piddlies guys. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I don't want to be murdered in my sleep.
Yeah.
The only.
Oh, you mean by the
Oh,
hidden?
I want to be murdered in my sleep. I don't know. It just sounds
It
like a
hurts
great
less
way to
than
be
being
murdered.
murdered while I'm awake.
Right.
I guess the only
I'd rather be asleep if I'm going to be killed.
That's right.
So the FSL is the one you're trying to determine if you're 0 or a
We're 0.
+1.
We played plus. We
Did
made
the
a coin.
workshop have any impact? Because you said there was one that we liked,
Well,
one that hated.
Yeah,
us.
so
the workshop is a patron. We have.
So
I'm
who was
think-
the faction that hooked you up with the workshop?
Probably the
pretty much?
Tinkerers Guild, right?
Yeah, or the academics. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I don't know. You left the academic.
yeah, they didn't like me much.
Probably the Tinkerers
the
Guild.
Tinkerers because they were
Sure.
strange.
So you paid 0.1 coin to the FSL, and did you pay a coin to either the Tinkerers or the
What?
Hidden Dagger?
Where are the Tinkerers? Where did we put them under?
They are under the fringe.
Let me ask you this: what's the Tinkerers at right now? What's our standing with them?
Or you mean their tier?
No,
No,
they are with us.
without
So
paying
yeah,
us.
so since they helped you out, they're either going to be a +1 status, or you can pay a coin for a +2 status.
Let's play the coin for +2.
No, you have
or
to,
we can pay the coin to be okay with the hidden dagger.
or at least what is the
The Hidden
hidden
Dagger is going to be a -2 if you do nothing.
Yeah.
What's it if we
you
pay
a
one
then
coin?
Or negative
you make
one.
Let's do -1.
I think that's
Because we're already +1 with the Tinkerers,
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
yeah, it's great.
or
And they're the only people that actually like us at this point.
we could be +1 with the FSL.
We could be
Two
+1 with the FSL too.
semi-powerful
I guess
out.
Okay.
here's the other thing is at the very last thing is you choose like the last phase. I don't know where my paper went, but the last phase is you choose a favorite contact and you choose an unfriendly contact. So even after you have these 3 factions and there's 2 more factions we add into the
Yeah,
mix.
but we don't pay them.
Right.
So anyway, so what are we
good.
doing with it? What do you guys want to do with the FSL? Do you want to be +0 or do you want to be -1?
So it either goes to the FSL or the hidden dagger,
Yes.
right?
Well, the thing is like the Hidden Dagger, we're already -1 with them. Or no, we're already -2
We're
with them.
-2 with them.
If we pay them a coin, they're just hitting us a little bit less than they did a second ago. And the Tinkerers like us, so I may as well. They already hate us. Just leave them to hate us, and then we pay off. We could pay off the FSL and have 2 people that
I-
have positive status. With
Yes,
us.
Okay.
I agree with
Okay.
Brother John.
I see that logic.
All right.
I agree.
-2 for hidden and +1 for
FSL.
FSL. Yep.
All right.
Dig it.
All right. Last.
Brother John convinced me.
All right. So the last thing is choose a favorite contact. Take a look at your list of potential contacts on the crew sheet. So we're going to make up our own contacts instead of that bullshit's on the crew sheet. Choose one.
There's some good shit on here, man.
I know, but I'm just saying it could be anything. Choose one contact who is a close friend, longtime ally, or partner in crime. The GM will tell you about 2 factions that are impacted by your choice. One faction is also friendly with this contact, and you get +1 status with them. One faction is unfriendly with this contact, and you get -1 status with them. At the option, these factions are even more concerned with this contact, and so you take a +2 and -2.
I don't.
So you could really amp it up.
I was going to suggest a Mauxferry character. I was going to suggest Bartholomew. You know, because
like
he's
Bartholomew.
strange and he's into weird
Ooh.
stuff.
That's true.
Ooh,
Let's do Bartholomew as one.
Bartholomew.
You only,
Well,
there's only
let's-
one.
let's-
This is one.
There's only one.
Only one contact.
Only one contact. Yeah,
But he's
so-
a good one.
Yeah, he's a great one.
Bartholomew's a great one.
Let's
All
do
right,
it, Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
And we want to know what the hell happened to Bartholomew anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So are you going to do a +1 or minus, or are you going to do 1 or 2 for your impact on 2 factions?
I don't understand anything that you just said.
Are you going to? So you do a +1.
Bartholomew impacts one faction positive, one faction negative.
Okay.
They can either be a
But we
+1.
can also be.
Well,
We
he's
can also-
negative on the Church of Palor.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think
He is negative on the Church of Palor.
I'm just.
I mean, they sent us to go kill my Henne, so
Oh,
But they
yeah.
don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that. But they don't know that.
Well, no.
they
He
could
may
know
not
that.
be negative Church on Palor. He might be negative with the Palor Myhene Soldier Guard.
Yeah.
Oh,
which-
whatever.
That's probably
So
better.
anyway,
But we
you're
can escalate to guns
If we-
and have
don't-
it +2 or -2 instead of +1 -1.
Why would we want to do that?
Who would be his
Because
plus?
you get more. Pretty much when you have more intense relationships, more things happen. You
Okay,
could say.
okay.
do you want to hold our character sheets?
You can leave them here if you want.
Okay.
But and maybe the one that we're positive with we like more.
Yeah,
And
we need-
that can benefit us.
We
And
need
maybe
to-
the one we're negative with are pussies. I don't know.
We need to figure out who our positive is. We've decided, I believe, the negative is the Palor Myhene
Yeah,
Soldier.
definitely.
Let's see.
But the positive could be something better than that. I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
it
I
who's-
thought our positive was
would he be
Bartholomew.
under?
no, Bartholomew's our contact. He's our friend no matter
Because
what.
you're friends
But
with
he's-
Bartholomew, that
But he's not his own faction.
right. But
I
he's
feel
your
like-
contact, and he has there's a faction that really likes him, and there's a faction that really hates him.
You know,
I
one
imagine-
thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I imagine a faction that would really like Bartholomew, someone under Fringe, but I'm not really
Yeah,
sure.
I'm looking at the
I have an idea
What?
for Bartholomew.
Okay.
I mean, you had what's her face, whose name escapes me,
Morgan.
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 And we've really kind of ignored the druids. I mean, we kind of just left that whole shit out there. I mean,
What druids?
we used to fight with druids. They were a
Yeah.
faction in the city. Morgan seemed like a natural person to be in charge of the druids,
No.
or at least be affiliated with
Well,
them.
she,
She's a
she was a
Marilith.
Marilith.
I thought she was portraying herself as a nature goddess.
No, she was the-
She was
from,
the
No, that's
a fire.
Azrael.
She's
She
from
was
a
a fire-
fireplace. planet,
yeah.
something
She
like
was
that.
the queen of a.
I don't know why I
whatever.
thought that.
Queen of
Never
Red
mind. I take
Sands
it
or
back.
Something like
Something-
that.
I don't remember.
I was thinking
I take
if-
it back. I withdraw my suggestion.
Okay.
I think Bartholomew would probably be with like the 10 maybe because he's watching everything.
He could be. Yeah, how powerful are the 10?
Pretty fucking not powerful.
let's
Small
see.
group known for
I've
being
literally-
everywhere in Mauxferry when
I've never
needed.
heard of them.
So if not the Fringe, I think
Aha! That just proves they exist.
What?
the other would be.
The 10, you've never heard of them. That just proves they exist.
Uh-huh.
I think if not the 10, then another one that would probably be might be with him is the Channel, a group of known
Yeah,
for
I
getting
saw that.
information from all over Mauxferry.
Bartholomew
Ooh.
could be in good with those guys.
Yeah.
He could be significant with those
Right.
guys.
They're all sticking their heads in jars and talking into the ether or whatever.
Like if there's a group in charge of getting information from all over Mauxferry and Bartholomew isn't involved,
Yeah.
they're kind of making a mistake.
He's
there.
either enemies or friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Do the channel.
The channel. So are you plus
Plus
one?
2.
balls of the walls plus 2.
Yeah, fuck it.
Delicious.
Sounds good. Sounds good
Okay.
to me.
All right.
Blades in the dark. Blades in the dark.
All right. So the last question or last thing is, what's the name of the crew?
Not night snails.
Damn it!
I like Night Snails. I vote for Night Snails.
There it is.
I vote against the Night Snails.
You don't get a vote. You're the NPC.
We don't believe in no ghosts. No.
The job doers.
Get her done.
Get her to with the R apostrophe and the
Yeah.
R's backwards.
Yes,
The,
yes.
thief-
Yes.
the
What was wrong
thiefy
with Abe?
stealers.
May as well be the cable guys.
I like
then.
Abe. The Abe crew.
They'll
Hey,
always
We're
be-
known for
always-
being
always be earning-
eccentric.
So it
Wait.
could be something stupid.
Yeah, so naming
essentially.
your crew Abe is pretty fucking stupid.
The Abes.
The always be earnings.
Oh no, I don't know.
The always
that.
be earners.
What's a defining
Or it
characteristic
could be
that
like
all of us
abs.
have?
Could be like abs. Always be
Fucking
weird.
weirdos is what
Always
oh,
be something.
is
Always be stealing or always be shooting.
Always
whatever.
be yes, abs.
Oh my god. No, what's a defining characteristic that all of us have?
Yeah,
We
what is
don't.
our overall goal, anyways? What are we going to
Get
be?
paid,
Yeah,
bitch.
in
That
the long
is.
run, you're getting. You want to get that coin to have a
How
really
about
good
the
life.
the rainmakers? Make it rain.
No, we don't make it rain.
Why not?
Look at us.
I don't know. I'm
We
just
have
saying.
no money.
Yeah, you have no money.
Oh wait,
I have negative a
I
lot
just
of
remember
money.
the Rainmaker was the name of that one character from Looper that they're trying to hunt down. So whatever.
What brings us together? I mean, we all want money, but like, are we
Thug
are we
money.
gonna have to figure out how we met?
So it's already established since you guys are tier 0 strong rep. That means you've done
We're a
stuff.
thing,
You've
yeah.
done stuff.
But like,
You can figure that out along the way.
Tiger stripes.
Knife set Twilight.
Tiger stripes.
Tiger Stripe.
the padlocks. I don't know. Fuck you.
The Cranberries.
Let's just start naming bands we like.
The Misfits.
The ink drops.
Outcasts. Wait,
Yeah.
that almost works.
Yeah. Oh,
Baby metal
B&D breaking and
the
entering.
baby
Is baby
metals.
metal a genre or a band?
band.
band.
I thought
Both.
it was I kind of thought it
The
was
lifestyle.
The hit and runs.
Let's see if I can find crude name
The
examples.
shark guys.
The Sharky guy.
No.
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
All right, I'm looking up crew names.
Or the Discovery Channel.
Team Discovery Channel.
Discovery Channel.
Can we be the
Oh,
pawn?
man.
Can we be
Oh,
the
man.
Pawn Stars?
Oh my
Oh my god.
Could you imagine
Fuck
though?
you.
Oh man, we got hit last night. Oh really? What happened? We got robbed by the Discovery Channel.
I love it.
Yeah, slightly worried about when I go the Discovery Channel.
Oh right, yeah.
That's a
I
thing.
forgot. Yeah, that's a thing.
It's probably trademark.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at not Game of Thrones. Grand Theft Auto names.
Oh God.
Gonna get
Seeing if
weird.
there's any examples in this book. So far, no.
What if we were like named after the street that we're
Special Pro.
Yeah, but then
Warring King.
every time we tell someone our name, it's like, oh, where do they live? Probably Wall Street.
Profuse Enders. Economic Armament. What the fuck are these? Vacuous Punks. Redundant Discipline. Fragile Eliminators.
Boy, Night Snail sounds pretty good right now.
God damn it, Night Snail sounds pretty good right now.
What's wrong with night snails?
What's wrong with night snails? I'd like to know.
night snails, like as in night and then snails.
Yes. It's all like night
Because I keep
hawk.
hearing different things every time you say it.
Yeah, that's how hidden. That's how hidden we are.
How about
Who hit you? The night trails?
maybe we would accidentally
night snails. What?
maybe we accidentally get signed up for jobs because they're like, oh yeah, we're for the night nails. Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
God damn, these are pirate names.
For example, the underworld names that we have: the Channel, the Madam's Enclave, Hidden Dagger, Pit Fiends, Travelers Protection League,
but those are cool
the
names.
Crystal Hammer, the Sandmans.
That's right. The Sandman.
Oh my god, you fucking kept it. You jobber.
And the Bliss. So those are all names that you have to compete with
We could
because
be
you're
the-
part of the underworld.
We could be the jobbers.
Can we be that? Like, could we be like the Ninja Turtles? Be like the foot or the hand or something like that? Some weird thing that's
The
like
ankle.
what? The ankle. Yeah.
The wrist.
The Crystal
The
Hammer
knee.
2.
The hammering.
The hammering.
The hamstrings.
Brigade of the Putrid.
Oh.
Oh no, here's fantasy
Athlete's foot.
pirate crew name generator.
That's what I was just at.
Pirate crew name generator. Generators.
Enraged Perception.
Bloodhound gang.
And similar name bandit groups. Okay. Oh, the Whitebeard.
Deluded Champions.
The Rovers. The Toothgrin Buccaneers.
Ooh, I like Toothgrin.
I don't like Toothgrin, but you're the one who Toothgrin.
The Forsaken. The Pirates of the Black Squid.
The Forsaken sounds too edgy. like some
Too
kid.
intense for what we're doing.
Something like the middle schooler like made a
Yes.
We're the Forsaken.
The
My mom doesn't
Driftwood
know.
Divers.
Welcome 7th and 8th grade spring fling dance.
Yeah.
We're the Forsaken.
What about Spring Fling?
Yes.
Corsairs of the Silver Serpent.
I don't want to. We're not
Crosshairs.
fucking Corsairs. I've never been on a goddamn boat.
How about the ass hairs of the Silver Serpent?
The Neptune
The only running
Bandits.
water I see is sewer water.
Hey, there's rivers going through Mauxferry.
He never sees them.
When
The
the
river
fuck
runs through it.
Who's gonna let the bugbear leave the slumlords?
Vampiric bugbears can't cross
The
rivers.
theater and the market district are both by the river.
Fuck you. You're right. though.
The Black Rose.
Again, it can't be that serious. That right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Right.
It's gotta be
Can't
a-
live with it, and it
Well,
can't be
because
We're in the theater district, so maybe we should start thinking the
Globetrotters.
I mean, like it says
The Globe Theater.
the Black Rose. The reason why it's like is because it sounds like we leave a signature of the Black Rose.
Right.
I'm
Also-
not sure if we're like that. That's
That
like,
seems like a
not
trashy
us.
romance novel.
Yeah, it is a trashy romance novel.
We're the stagehands.
Well, that's really not bad.
Actually,
the roadies.
I kinda like-
No.
Oh
that's
my
worse.
God.
Okay, stagehands.
Amber did not like stagehands.
No, I did not like stagehands.
Oh, it's
Well, then think of something better.
The jazz.
The
hands.
prestige. No. Gosh. So something that has to do with shows.
The Mauxferry Actors Guild.
Broadway. Things that have to do with Broadway and stage plays.
the backstage. I don't know.
Why are we going down the theater route?
Because
Because we live in the theater
Because we live in
district.
the theater district.
And we operate out of the theater
Backstage
district.
entry.
Masks. Backstage entry.
So, what was wrong with stagehands, Amber? Why didn't you
No,
like
I'm
stagehands?
fine. I just didn't know where it was coming from.
Oh,
I think it was completely random because I thought it was like, where the hell did stagehands come from? And then it's
You know
it's in
what?
the theater district.
Let's all take a pee break and come back
Okay.
and see what we
All right.
think.
Yeah.
all right.
Producers, understudies. What was the other one we like? Talent manager,
Road
or
age.
talent scouts, rigging crew.
Scouts,
Ooh, the rigging crew.
Can we each call it something different?
Yeah.
Is that
No.
an option?
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm the GM
right.
now.
Well, I mean, I heard one no and one yes, so I guess.
No.
That's still one no.
Right.
No.
Executive producers.
I like the executive producers. Can we be the assistant producers?
The boom mic.
Can we be the best boys?
No. Although they did
God
have
damn
call
it.
boys.
Oh, what's that? I just remember that credit that I always see in movies. I was like, what the hell does that mean? The best boy grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that is. You know what that
I
is.
know what that is.
You got to keep
But
the
it's
talent
always-
happy, Brother John.
But it's always in there. The best. I said the one thing that I always see in movies, but I have no idea what it means. Is like the one credit is best boy.
That's
grip.
why we should be the best boys.
Best boy grip.
We the best.
We the best boys.
We are technically all boys.
Technically.
Well, he's kind of whatever he wants to be.
Whatever he wants to be. You can all be whatever you want to be.
I like the producers of the rigging crew. Those are my personal favorites.
You want,
Alright.
you want to vote?
Do we need? I was going to say.
All
do we
right.
need,
Yeah. So where are you going?
Do we need unanimous on this?
No, I think you should be
Majority?
Majority.
Does Josh vote?
No.
No, Josh doesn't get a vote.
Right.
No, I don't vote.
If he doesn't,
'Cause there's
get a
five.
vote,
You're like a convicted felon.
if he can't vote, then why not night snails?
Oh,
Let's
right,
just go to
that's
night
right.
Snails.
What if there's
If he can't vote, then why can't we just be night
So is
snails?
it Night Snails, the producers, and the rigging crew? Is that what we're voting for?
I like the fact that Night Snails makes Josh sad.
I mean, that's maybe the best thing going for it.
All right.
It,
If you
it
want
just makes Josh die a little.
If you want Night Snails, raise your hand.
Oh, yeah.
motion carries.
Why not?
For the record, I did not raise my hand.
Let's.
4 out of 5.
Is that really
4
right?
out of 5
that
rose their hand. Raise their
John,
hand.
did you vote for Night Snails?
Can we call this slightly different? Like one time it's like Night Snails.
It was.
Oh yeah, we can do that all the time.
It was out of sheer malice at this point.
It's a Knight's Tale.
I'm like imagining like the night snails as like a football.
Yeah.
There's like a snail that's like slanted but clearly going slow.
Maybe
and
it's
whatever,
like a shitty nickname we got from our first job. Like
Because we're slow and
well,
terrible.
like our first job, we were awful together, and so
and we left a trail, right?
and like so we had like a cool the Knights Guild or something, like a cool night name, and then our guys was like, "You're not the night nerds, you're the night snails."
Night nerds? Why do we call
I don't-
ourselves
fuck
that?
you.
Our first name was Forsaken.
The Knights Forsaken.
The Forsaken Night.
The Forsaken. And then they were like, "You're not Forsaken, you're the Ninth."
And we just embraced it because we were like, fuck you.
Right.
We'll take this.
Yeah,
Dark
we take
gray.
ownership of it now.
I am so quick to
Yeah,
come
you'll-
up with names for random
you'll-
groups, but when we come to ourselves, it's like I don't
Yeah.
want to be.
and be
that
like,
guy.
because then you'd be like, well, you can eat shit when you get raided by the night snails.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Make fun of us, and now you're getting ripped off by us.
Can we be phantoms?
no, we've Night Snails. It is canon.
So I was thinking of like theater stuff now.
Yeah.
Too late.
I kind of like that. Phantoms
Nope.
of the Opera.
Phantoms.
Yeah.
Phantoms of the Opera.
No, we're
Phantoms
not
of the Opera.
opening the can of worms again.
Can we be can of worms?
The can of snail.
We'll be the snails of the opera.
I would rather be
Can we
Can
be-
of Worms than the fucking Phantoms.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't want like a really serious name sound awful.
Okay.
Mine, yeah, I agree.
I want
agree.
like something that like rigging.
We want it to be light. We want it to be a little more like goofy.
I don't
And
want, like-
so like being super dark and like
I don't want this to be the kind of game where we're all like, my bugbear Nux is cloaked in the shadows of the night as he blades away.
Blades.
all right.
like, no.
and cut.
Are we done? Are we
Get
ready to
ready.
play?
We're
Fucking
done.
emo.
Good job,
What?
everybody. We're
You
going-
were recording all that?
I know. I was. I'm going to
Okay.
stop it to move to
Okay.
the proper
Shit.
episode now.
Fuck. Okay.
Can we have? Is our official declaration the Night Snails?
Night Snails?
Night Snails.
I'm down with night
You're gonna
snails.
eat shit when you get raided by the Night Snails.
Is it the Night's Snails or Night's Snails?
The Night
It's
Snails.
whatever.
The Night Snails.
Night
Yeah,
Snails.
like as in.
But I
as
love the
in-
fact that Nux can't figure it out. I love that. It's like, so you're the Night Snails, right? And like, no!
Night Snails.
We Night Snails. We Night Snails.
Oh my god, I hate us and love us so much. Ah.
So it is the Night Snails.
That night, the Night Snails.
After all that we've been through, the night snails has grown on me. So let's-
Night Snails.
Is there an apostrophe
Snails.
or is
You-
there not?
It is one word. It is
It
one
sounds
word.
like Night is owning nails.
Okay, so it's like Nighthawk.
Yeah.
only with a snail instead of a hawk.
Can it be night snail?
No,
Because there's more than one.
yeah, we're the night snails.
DeMarco believes it's night snails, like KNIGHT. So it's like a snail in armor, and he's like, "That's cool."
That's what your jacket is.
Night snail, like
Well,
yeah.
aren't snails normally in armor? I mean,
like a metallic thing going on, you know,
Yeah.
like with a metallic shell and
Metallic
spikes.
shell.
Is
Riding-
it wearing a helmet?
And he's riding
Yeah,
like
it's
a
got-
beetle.
yeah, and it's got like a joust on the side.
Yeah,
It's
like a stag beetle with the big like horns.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's got like one of his eyes wrapped around a lance
yeah, there you go.
because they don't have hands. How else would they do it?
So the first time we get arrested, we spend all our time in jail arguing about what our name is.
Night snails.
So, Brother John, I'm tasking you with a mascot here.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
can you draw this out?
Yeah, sure. I'll draw a night snail or something. I'll have to.
Like you give us like 4 different versions. Like a snail that's a knight, and a snail in the night, and a knight who has nails, and like
night that's got nails.
I do have. Yeah, I have three ways of people interpreting it already on this card.
A night with nails, like night snails.
Yeah,
like
right.
How many?
I'll just like have a knight with like his hands off, and he's got
like pretty,
fingernails.
like totally manicured.
Yes, like deco. Like deco nails.
Nice.
How many NPCs are going to have as much trouble with that name as I
A
did?
lot.
Good.
See,
Lot.
it's built-in cover.
Yep, I have
It's very true.
4 different ways now. And let's get to the real play. Now that you all know who is who, you can head on over to episode 1 to hear the night snails in action. Oh god, I can't believe they're called the night snails.